Welcome to the stream, everyone. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe. I got the stream going. What's up?
You put a lot of stuff on YouTube this weekend, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tried to catch all of it.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of popping and crackling. Check your connection.
It's probably my mic.
Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right. Welcome to the program, everyone. It's a new week. I'm Brian Craig. This is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Welcome back, one and all. We've got a lot to talk about on the radio this morning. Oh my goodness. And I want to ask you guys, the question here about this Pelosi China trip. And I got to tell you, we have more to talk about on the radio today than we got time. I mean, it's one of those days. It's one of those days. So Pelosi and Biden have cowered down to China. They have done what China has told them, apparently. Now, over the weekend, you saw this story coming out over the weekend. China threatened to shoot down the plane of Nancy Pelosi if she had a fighter escort and landed in Taiwan. Now, I know, you don't like Nancy Pelosi. I don't like her. She's a corrupt public official. She's an arrogant snob. She's it's the way it is. We could go through the whole first hour just going through the negative qualities of Nancy Pelosi and her corrupt family and her insider trading husband. But with that being said, she is the Speaker of the House from the, United States House of Representatives. And when a country that we are in a pretty heated situation in, a Cold War, it seems a little bit beyond a Cold War if you look at everything they're doing. It looks a little more hot than cold. But when you have our major adversary in the world, I know they want you to think that Putin's the big adversary, and it's not. It's China. When you look at our major adversary in the world, and they make a threat against the third highest ranking person in the United States government, you don't cave to them. Even if Pelosi was not planning on going to Taiwan, in my view, she should go with a fighter escort. Call the bluff. You don't do what China threatens you if you do and change your opinion or change what you're going to do. Even if you're not going, you go. Because you don't want there to be an appearance that you did what China told you. This country has not been this weak since any of you in this listening audience have been alive. That's a fact. This is worse. I'm talking about on a week level. This is worse than even the Carter-Iran hostage days. It really is. And, you've got a lot of problems here. Why are we so weak? And hey, what they're telling them is go into Taiwan. See, all these things. I know someone said, oh, they deleted the tweet. Oh, well, that makes it okay. This is what's going on. This threat by China to shoot down Pelosi's plane if she goes to Taiwan with a fighter escort. These are all tests to see American resolve. Russia into Ukraine. Taliban getting all that equipment and everything. Threatening the United States House of Representatives Speaker. All this. These are tests to see the American reaction. And you know what? We failed every one of them. The last time we were tested was prior to 9/11 by Al-Qaeda. Al-Qaeda, you remember this? Now, do you remember? If you think about it, it'll make sense to a lot of you. Al-Qaeda attacked the embassies in Africa. Remember that? What did the United States do? Nothing. Sent over an FBI team of the CSI unit, like William Peterson from CSI, and handled it as if it was a criminal investigation. Remember that? Then what did Al-Qaeda do? they attacked the USS Cole. They attacked an active duty United States naval vessel. It was a successful attack. What was the American response? Same thing. Handled it as a criminal investigation. Sent over a CSI team again from the FBI. Third time, well, that was 9/11. And what had happened, yeah, that's right. And remember, more Americans died on 9/11 than at Pearl Harbor. And Pearl Harbor was at least a military target, very few civilian deaths. Those were like all civilians, pretty much, on September 11th, which makes it far worse, and that's what makes it terrorism. But anyway, we were attacked on 9/11 at the level we were because Al-Qaeda tested us, and the American response was a joke, and they knew America was weak, but they misjudged. We didn't have Clinton in office anymore. We had W, and there was a massive response. But it seems like it's worked out okay. Look, the Taliban's got a whole new army. We rebuilt their country. They're rich. They have resources to barter with now around the world. They're a major player now. So, in the end, those who attacked us on 9/11 won and are much better off because of it, aren't they? When you think about it. But those tests, when the Taliban backed Al-Qaeda, attacked us on September 11th, it was because we failed the previous test and they did not believe there would be much of an American response. And that's why 3,000 Americans died on that terrible day. So that's what's going on right now with China. China been testing us a lot in the last couple years, haven't they? Oh, yeah. Buying up our land, buying up our farmland, controlling our food supply, what they did the year before, buying up residential properties, driving up housing prices, threatening the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives, threatening war if we send someone where they don't want them to go. These are all tests. It's not about a news cycle. It's a test by America's enemies. And Pelosi, if she does not go to Taiwan with a fighter escort, she's telling China, it's yours. That's it. You know, I mean, we are living in very bad time. Now, why is this? There's a couple reasons. One of the reasons is the country's being led by a senile old coot who doesn't know what's going on, and also he's corrupt. And Pelosi too. The people that are running this country are Pelosi and Biden. And of course, they're on the take with China and many others, but Pelosi and Biden both, I mean, she's got her mind together cognitively a little bit, but she's nasty and senile. I mean, her moods are very strange. You know, so this is the most dangerous time we have had, well, since certainly the 9/11 period, but maybe in any of our lifetimes, because at least after that terrible day on 9/11, there was a massive response. Now, there'll be no response. There's been no response to Ukraine. There's been no response to the Taliban getting all this equipment. There'll be no response if they take Taiwan, the Chinese. I mean, this is really a bad time in this country. We'll get through it. We'll survive it. But it's going to be tough. So I want to hear your thoughts on this. What's going on here? Do you think Pelosi should, with a fighter escort, go to Taiwan? I do. And if she doesn't, well, we've just moved a step closer to China making the big move. Because, see, they know there's an election coming up in November. Believe me, they're very smart people. They know what's going on. There's an election coming up in November. How it turns out, we don't know. For what this will mean at the White House, we know the Republicans will take over both houses. But the Chinese know they've got a window of opportunity here. There's two windows, before November and then after, but certainly before 2024, because they know Trump's coming back. But what they don't know is how long Biden's going to be in office. Got COVID again? Maybe. Maybe it's a cover story. We don't know. We have a commander-in-chief who's checked out. There is no time when this country has been as weak as it is today, right? We've got a checked out commander-in-chief. They say he's got COVID. Trump says dementia. We've got Willie Brown's girlfriend as vice president, Kamala Harris. This country will never be this weak again. Even after the November midterms, it'll be stronger because the Republicans will control the Congress. There's some in there that helps. China's on the move. The CCP. I mean, this is crazy. So I want to hear your thoughts on all of this. Our number 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. It is a toll-free call from anywhere. 888-465-2631. Oh man, it is really it's really some tough times we have here. Also, by the way, we are here with you from 5 till 9 a.m. weekday mornings on all 6 of our radio stations from North Miami through Broward, Boca, the Palm Beaches, and the Treasure Coast. And no matter which side of the political spectrum you're on, you are welcome to call and participate. I'm Brian Craig. It's the longest-running radio show in Florida, The Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
Don't sit on the sidelines. Get in on the action. Call the Steve Kane Show live on air now. 888-GO-CANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
An honest auto mechanic, you probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca.
Welcome, everyone. Make sure you like the video. If you're new here, subscribe. Now, this shirt, Carrie Lake, Carrizona. Carrizona. My wife made this shirt. It is in my merch shop, which I linked, a direct link to this shirt at the top of the chat. magamerch.shop is my store, but that's the direct link to the shirt that I'm wearing, but I got a lot of other merch there.
In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is.
I got to look over a couple things here.
Especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need to help, complete with tips and resources at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70.
Oh, man. Tomorrow is primary day in Arizona, isn't it?
Or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
What would you do with extra money this summer? Fill the tank? How about a vacation? During Staples Fuel Your Summer Sweeps, a Staples Rewards member could win one of five $5,000 Visa
Hey,
cards to use for
Rome, Wisconsin, did you send me the, did you send me this, Rome, Wisconsin?
today and enter Staples Fuel Your Summer Sweeps. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Open to legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 over. Ends 8/6. Visit staplesconnect.com/fuel your summer sweeps for complete rules and eligibility.
Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you have no feeling at all. The symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-66.
It is chocolate chips. Chocolate chips.
754-222-6642.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian.
All right. Yes, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. You know, here in Florida, it is hurricane season, rainy season. It rains pretty much every day. And we are in hurricane season, and it is rainy season. And, you know, Steve Kane got a new roof on his house last week from Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting. Tom Laporta does great work. I know a lot of you out there know because he's done work for you. And Steve did what you should not do. He had a leak, and he ignored it, right? You hear in the commercial, if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, right, it's a little small wet spot, you have a leak in your roof. What happens if you ignore it? That small leak becomes a medium leak, that becomes a big leak, and then you have a major problem. That's right. And Steve ignored the leak in his roof, and he not only needed a new roof, but he had black mold, deadly black mold growing in 40% of the drywall in his house. Tom Laporta came in and took care of all of that because Laporta Contracting isn't just a roofing company. They are into building restoration, and they restored Steve's entire home and did an amazing, amazing job. Laporta Contracting is a state of Florida roofing and general contractor, which is the highest level of contractor license in the state of Florida, and they do every kind of roof there is. Residential, like Steve, and they do every type of roof there is for residential. They do the tile roof, the shingle roof, the metal roof, whatever type of roof you need, Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting will do it. Works with HOAs. He is a maestro when it comes to HOAs, which can be a nightmare. But he does work on condos, high-rises, office buildings as well, even churches, and has put roofs on churches. Whatever type of roof you may need, Laporta Contracting can help. And get this, he will never do put a roof on your home that your home does not need. That's right. Maybe you just need a simple repair. You know, a lot of these roofing guys, we don't do repairs. We just do the new roof. Not Tom Laporta. He will never sell you a roof that you do not need. That's right. And I've heard from many listeners who have called Tom Laporta out when other guys told them they needed a whole new roof. Tom Laporta said, just a repair, and did just the simple repair. He's a good MAGA guy too, and you know what I mean by that. I'm going to give you Tom Laporta's number. This is his cell phone, the phone that rings in Tom Laporta's pocket. You bypass the office, everything else. Give him a call on his cell phone, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602, and online, laportacontracting.com. And make sure you tell Tom Laporta that you heard about him on the radio. All right, so tomorrow's the big day in Arizona. It is Kari Lake's primary. This Republican primary in Arizona is a very important one. I am here to tell you, this is one we've got to win. You know, Kari Lake is a big part of the future of the MAGA movement, of this country, of the Republican Party. And the polls that I'm reading out of Arizona have her doing very well. There's a bunch of people running in the Republican primary, but they only have like 1%. So, hold on, I just lost my internet connection. Okay, here it is. There are 4 people running that are just at 1%. No, 3 running at 1%. So the race is between Kari Lake and Robeson. And let me tell you, this Robeson, she's a real beaut. I saw the debate with the governor's debate in Arizona with Kari Lake and Robeson, and she is not just a Republican establishment person. She is a very, very bad person because she's like with the George Bush wing, the McCain wing of the Republican Party. But in the latest polls among likely Republican voters, which is all that matters, Republican voters, because this is a Republican primary in Arizona, and this is of likely voters. So this is a scientific poll. There's different levels of polls, right? The most accurate are likely voters. Likely voters are identified by pollsters as registered voters who have voted in at least the past 2 election cycles and will vote in the next one. That's the most scientific. After that, you have registered voters who may be registered but never vote, and then Americans. So this is likely Republican voters in Arizona. So this is a very scientific poll. So, in the races tomorrow, so in the Kari Lake race, Kari Lake is at 51%. Her opponent, Robeson, the number one opponent, is at 33%. So she has a massive lead. The third place is at 2%, and then there's 2 after that, which is 1%. Now, 12% say they're undecided. How can you be undecided? But Kari Lake at 51%, her next in line opponent, Robeson, at 33%. So she's looking really good. But they're in a panic over Kari Lake, and Kari Lake talked to the War Room the other day, Bannon's show, and has just really flipped out the establishment. Not so much the Democrats, the establishment Republicans who are trying to keep hold of the party. Listen to this. This is the great Kari Lake over the weekend.
This is the Cindy McCain branch of the Republican Party. They're not Republicans. They're globalists. And they want, I think they want an end to America. They want a globalist agenda, a new world order, whatever you want to call it. And we want America. We want our Constitution, and we want our constitutional rights intact. And that's what they're afraid of. I think, actually, the Rhino side of the party is more petrified of me than the left. I really do. And this is their last gasp. This is their last gasp. It's the McCain machine, as I said before, reaching up, trying to hold on to what they had. And what they had is just slipping through their fingers, and they're watching it slide away. So this is literally their last stand.
Okay, yeah. So she's right on everything as always. Kari Lake is great. Now, this Cindy McCain, she's being attacked. Oh, how dare she attack Cindy McCain? This is terrible. Let me tell you, Cindy McCain is not a good person. She's a terrible person. She's a homewrecker. She is a homewrecker. Now, you all know the story of John McCain. He spent those years at the Hanoi Hilton, right, in the POW camp. And I know it's controversial. I don't want to get sidetracked on that right now. Maybe we will if we must. But, he had a wife with children. All those years he was in the POW camp, she stood by her husband, John McCain, and raised those children alone. Not Meghan McCain. That's Cindy's daughter. So what did John McCain do when he came back from the POW camp? Right? He got together with this heiress homewrecker, Cindy McCain, who was a big heiress. What was the company, the beer company, her family? Cindy McCain started having a sexual relationship with a married John McCain, whose wife stood by him, raising their young children alone while he was in the POW camp. So she's not a good person. You don't even know who John McCain's other kids are, okay? So this idea that Cindy McCain is at this holy position, she's worse than Kamala. Kamala, she was sleeping with a married man, but he didn't leave his wife for her. So, all this business that Cindy McCain is off limits. Cindy McCain is a homewrecker and a terrible person. And John McCain's kids from the first wife, those poor kids, they don't get contracts on The View. They don't get TV shows. So enough of this that Cindy McCain is, off limits. That's not the case. There's much more, though, about this with Kari Lake I want to talk about after the break, because Kari Lake is spot on the money here. I'm wearing a Kari Lake t-shirt this morning, by the way, because tomorrow's the big day in Arizona. Our number toll-free from anywhere, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. On the radio since 1977, taking your calls. We got a lot more to talk about, but when we get back from the break, I'm going to play the Kari Lake bit over again because she pointed out some things that are spot on, right on the money, and very important to talk about. But first, we'll take our bottom of the hour break and come back with that. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Don't go anywhere.
Making morning radio great again. I think you're gonna really love it. It's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
Make sure you guys like the video. If you're new here, subscribe, all right? Yeah, I put the link to this shirt in the top of the chat. It's in my merch shop, magamerch.shop. Carizona. The cactus is the eye. Carizona. I like that. Oh, man.
Also on the southbound side of 10th Avenue, left to right shoulder is also blocked there by a disabled vehicle. The major expressways are crash-free, moving up the speed in the Palm Beaches, but right now in Broward County, we do have a multi-vehicle crash and plantation on the turnpike heading northbound after Sunrise Boulevard. 2 right lanes are blocking the scene. This report is sponsored by Publix Supermarkets. Publix is hiring full and part-time selectors for their distribution centers in Deerfield and Boynton Beach. Make up to $30 or more an hour and get group health, dental, and vision plans. Apply today to join the Publix team at jobs.publix.com. Publix is proud to be an equal opportunity employer dedicated to a diverse workforce. That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
Join us Thursday, August the 4th from 3 to 6 for the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony at Florida Luxury Cabinets. Live appearance from the oldies, that's right, 95.3, 96.9, and a special guest appearance from the Bagel King. Loads of giveaways, including $500 in gift cards. Catering provided by V&S Italian Deli and Subs, along with bagels and. Join us Thursday, August 4th, 3 to 6 at Florida Luxury Cabinets, 2621 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton.
Men, do you suffer from ED? If so, you know it can be very frustrating, not just for you, but your partner too. Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey can help. Call for a free consultation, 561-320-8893. Call now and get your erection back on demand. Ladies, you can make an appointment for your man too. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost, month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-838-4715 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-838-4715. That's 800-838-4715. What do you have to lose? Call 800-838-4715. Again, 800-838-4715.
Do you suffer from neuropathy, back pain, shoulder pain, or osteoarthritis? Stop the suffering and stop the pain. Call Lighthouse Medical Center, 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation.
Yeah, like I'm reading this story now. Carrie Lake sings to a new low, begins attacking by name Cindy McCain, the widow of John McCain.
222-6642. Online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Progressive Snapshot can save you
Give me a
money
break.
on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you
Oh, Rome gifted some memberships. That's awesome, Rome.
Seriously, put down your phone. That is so unsafe. If you didn't do stuff like use your phone while driving, you could save money with Progressive Snapshot.
So who was the benefactor of those? Okay, Itchy Brain is now a member because of Rome's gift. And Mary T. That's awesome. So go and check out the exclusive member content there. I did a video over the weekend just for members, and there's other stuff there, a lot of other stuff there. Awesome, Rome.
I also do tire repairs at very low prices. Give me a call. My number is 954-977-9445. I will give you a price over the phone on new and used tires. Again, my number is 954-977-9445. Thank you.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit
YouTube picks, but they the way they pick when you gift memberships like that, Rome, the way they pick is the people that get it are people in the chat that it is random, but not completely random, who are most active and loyal to the channel. Not just me, any channel. So the people that got it are people that are in the chat more often than others that are in there. That's how they do it.
Order your My Pillow Pet Bed for 50% off with the promo code KANE, KANE, at checkout, or call 1-800-716-4779.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show, celebrating 45 years on the air.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Radio Show. Now, I'm Brian Craig. I came in this morning, and, listeners send me things. I get fan mail. I get letters. Sometimes I get nasty letters. All the letters are not fans. Some of them are people telling me all kinds of terrible things. But people send me things all the time, too, which is kind of cool, to the radio station. And I got a big, heavy box today. I don't know who it is from, and it is filled with food. It has all kinds of, let's see here, Nestle Toll House dark chocolate morsels. What else is in here? Mint fudge flavor baking chunks, and some other things. And I don't know who sent this. And here's a rule of thumb for me. Listeners send me things from time to time, which is really awesome, and people send me some really cool stuff. But when it comes to food, unless I really know the person, I do not eat anything that a listener sends to the radio station, because, would you if you were me? For all I know, this was sent by some never Trumper, and they took these, and I love dark chocolate, by the way. I do love they could have taken these dark chocolate morsels and added a laxative to them, for all I know. You know what I mean? So, or worse. So so if you sent me this box of dark chocolate morsels and mint flavored baking chunks, let me know off the air if I know who you are. And otherwise, I'm not going to eat. Would you eat things that people sent you if you didn't know them, if you were me? Probably not. Even when we, except on the cruises, when we do personal appearances, Steve and I will be at Wings Plus and things like that. If you see me at a personal appearance, you don't see me eating. I don't eat. And there's reasons for that. We got liberals out there. And while I'm talking to a listener, my head's turned. I don't know what's going on. So I'm just a little cautious. They look delicious, but nah, I don't know. All right. Anyway, guys, welcome back. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. So let's get back to Kari Lake. Kari Lake has a double-digit lead over that never Trumper Republican establishment candidate. So she released this audio. I'll play it for you again, then we'll talk about it a little more because it is important. And I just was looking on Twitter. They're attacking Kari Lake for this. All the Republican establishment people. Listen to this. This is on Twitter. Kari Lake sinks to a new low. Begins specifically attacking by name Cindy McCain, the widow of John McCain. Yeah, well, Cindy McCain is a homewrecker who was having sex with a married man while he was in the POW camp, raising his children all by herself. And then he comes back home, and Cindy McCain not only sleeps with married John McCain, but steals him away with her family fortune, leaving the wife that stood by him all those years when he was in the Hanoi Hilton. A terrible person. Cindy McCain is a terrible person. But let me play the video again because there's some other things to talk about with it. This is Kari Lake over the weekend.
This is the Cindy McCain branch of the Republican Party. They're not Republicans. They're globalists. And they want, I think they want an end to America. They want a globalist agenda, a new world order, whatever you want to call it. And we want America. We want our Constitution, and we want our constitutional rights intact. And that's what they're afraid of. I think, actually, the rhino side of the party is more petrified of me than the left. I really do. And this is their last gasp. This is their last gasp. It's the McCain machine, as I said before, reaching up, trying to hold on to what they had. And what they had is just slipping through their fingers, and they're watching it slide away. So this is literally their last stand.
Okay, yeah, she's right on the money, Kari Lake, as always. See, this we're in a primary, right? This is the primary time, and there's a major battle going on between the MAGA Republicans backed by our great President Donald Trump and the McCain-Bush wing of the Republican Party, known as the Republican establishment, which has a lot of people in it like, Liz Cheney and all the rest. And these Cindy McCain types would rather lose the governorship of Arizona than have a MAGA Trump-backed Republican win it. I was explaining this to you guys the other day. The Republican establishment would rather control the loss than lose the victory, meaning if we have a clean MAGA Republican sweep in November. First, we got to get through wave 1, which is the primaries. Then we get into the big one in November. But if we have a clean MAGA sweep, which looks like it's a red tsunami coming, no doubt about it, especially with Kari Lake in a double-digit lead, the Cindy McCain, George Bush, Liz Cheney Republican establishment will lose control of the party to the Trump MAGA wing. So what you really have are active, very active Republican establishment people attempting to lose these elections. And by lose, that means get this Robeson character. We had a weak candidate. Stands for nothing, right? And that's what they want. They would rather lose the governorship of Arizona. You know what? They would rather a Democrat become the governor of Florida this election season than Ron DeSantis win re-election. I'm telling you. They would rather have a Democrat as governor of Florida, a Democrat as the governor of Arizona, than a Trump-supported Republican who's MAGA. That's how bad things are right now for these people. Kari Lake is right on the money. And Kari Lake is the future of the Republican Party. She's young, she's great, she's backed by Trump, she's MAGA, she's right on all the issues, and she's good looking. And she is right. She is a clear and present danger to the Republican establishment. They want her gone, just like Sarah Palin was back in 2008. And if Sarah Palin gets this House seat, which she is expected to do, she's going to be back in play too. And she's MAGA. So, the Republican establishment is dying right now, and they know it, and they are desperately trying to hold on to their power over us. Question is, are we going to let them? All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1, 888-465-2631. Liberals have lost their mind too, not just the Republican establishment. I want to play for you a piece of audio. This is a grown woman. She put this video up on TikTok, and she wants to normalize spitting in the drinks of Trump supporters, of MAGA. Listen to this. She put this up on TikTok.
Normalize spitting in the drinks of Trump supporters. Are you at a bar or brewery or restaurant in which you did not expect to see a Trump supporter because their website and decor otherwise declared that they are LGBTQIA plus friendly? Maybe they've got a pride flag. Maybe they've got a BLM flag in their window. But you still, for some reason, see an ungodly Trump supporter, and heaven forbid, they're also wearing Trump merchandise? Well, take an unfinished drink from a table, spit in it, bring it over to them, and tell them that you bought them one. And then pray to whatever glorious creature gets you out of bed in the morning that they take a sip of it and suffer for the rest of the day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Now, I think that might be a crime, especially in this COVID era that they won't let us out of. I tell you, being MAGA, it ain't easy, is it? I mean, we've got these Republicans, these Cindy McCain, Cheneys, Bushies after us. We've got the Democrats after us. And you know what's crazy, about this lunatic that wants to normalize spitting in the drink of Trump supporters? They think that's so okay that they go public and put it out there with their face and voice to it on the internet, bragging about it like it's a normal thing. It's amazing to me. They think we're the ones filled with hate. Are our people going around spitting in people's drinks and trying to normalize it? No, we are not. No, we are not. Now, we got a lot to cover on the program today. I've only just scratched the surface. I mean, this is someday. And did you catch President Trump at the LIV golf tournament at his golf resort in New Jersey over the weekend? Got some clips from that. We're going to talk about that. There's a lot going on. And, you know, this country, I know every election, people tell you this is the most important election ever. And every election is the most important election at that time. This one certainly is that. It's very, very important. But this is one of those elections, this midterm, that is a turning point in our country's history. Right? Are we going to be free with MAGA Republicans taking the Republican Party back from these globalist snakes, or are we going to become slaves to the globalist snakes in the Republican establishment, the Cheneys, the Bushes, the McCains? That's the big decision we're making here. That's why it's so important. Oh man, I hope Wednesday morning I come in here and Kerry Lake wins that primary. It's going to be awesome. All right, our number toll free 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig. You are listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show on the radio since 1977. Back after this.
The cold, hard
Steve Kane Show. And Steve Kane Show. Hey, Richard.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
This is Steve Kane. I want to tell you about my favorite restaurant in all of South Florida, Wings Plus in Coral Springs. Wings just the way you like them. Plump, tender, and delicious, crispy on the outside, succulent on the inside, everything homemade, nothing comes out of a can. Dozens of specialty sauces that will make your mouth water. Wings Plus, located in Coral Springs, a mile west of University on the south side of Sample Road.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida.
This is
all right, get ready to come back.
Of a very special woman. In a matter of seconds, she turned herself into a great mathematician or an entrepreneur. Her knowledge was limitless and still is. She could also make monsters disappear, especially those that lurked in the shadows under the bed. Once, this woman put back together a teenage girl's broken heart, which had been shattered in 1,000 pieces, just by giving her a bear hug. She masqueraded as a regular person at work, but as a superhero at home. Everyone knows her as Gabriella. I still call her Mom.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need, complete with tips and resources, at aarp.org/caregiving. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now at Boca in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. South of Palmetto on the east side of 441. Open Monday through Saturday, no appointment necessary.
We take on the social justice warriors for breakfast. Now the Steve Kane Show is on the...
All right, we are back. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. That's right. Call us on hold, stand by. I want to talk just for a moment about Mike Lindell and something new and incredible that he is offering, the My Coffee. Now, the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, is good on everything, every special you see at MyPillow.com. But Mike Lindell, the great Mike Lindell, the most MAGA corporate guy in America who stands up for President Trump and has just been canceled by Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, Kohl's, QVC, Home Shopping Network, the list goes on. It's terrible. Why? Because he supports Trump. And on his mystore.com, now if you go to mystore.com, he's trying to take over what Amazon's doing. He's doing a pretty good job. At mystore.com, you can use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, and take advantage of everything there as well. And Mike Lindell, I just ordered mine this morning before I went on the air, has released my coffee. And I ordered a 2-pound bag, and when you use our promo code KANE at checkout, it's 25% off. And the Mike Lindell My Coffee, 25% off with our promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at mystore.com. It comes in light roast, medium roast, dark roast, and decaf. And I ordered medium roast. That's my favorite. And you can order either ground or whole bean. I ordered ground because I don't have a way to break down the beans at home. And I ordered the 2-pound bag. I'm looking forward to getting that. So go to mystore.com, use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, support Mike Lindell and the Steve Kane Show at the same time, and order your My Coffee. Now, you don't have to order the 2-pound bag like I did. You can get the regular size coffee bag, which I think is, 12 ounces. But I ordered the 2-pound bag. I drink a lot of coffee, people. I really do. So I'm looking forward to getting my Mike Lindell My Coffee. So go to mystore.com. Use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, on anything you see there, by the way, just like on the MyPillow website, and order your My Coffee. Promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, and save 25% off Mike Lindell's My Coffee. All right, to the phones we go. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Richie. Good morning.
Hey, Richie the bus driver. What's up?
Thank God for your show, because otherwise I would have a stroke. Yesterday, I caught 10 minutes of This Week with Frank Luntz and George Carl as the moderator, and the other two people around that table, talking about people like Terry Lake, Mastriano up in Pennsylvania, and all of the voters that are voting for these extreme candidates, extremists, extreme right-wing, that think the election was stolen.
Yeah. Well, remember Frank Luntz. Remember who his roommate was. That's correct.
Yeah, but here's the deal. They're talking about how all the candidates are being supported by Democrats. They made a joke out of it. They're laughing. They said they want all of Trump's candidates to get the primaries, because that way they can't win the elections, because...
Well, I'm a little confused over it. I mean, there's some states that have crossover primaries, meaning regardless of your voter registration, you can vote for anybody regardless of party in the primary, but most are not. Like here in Florida, I can only vote for Republicans unless I switch my party affiliation. So they're telling people to vote for wackadoodle candidates to try to split the vote. That all they're doing, that's not going to work. It's not going to work.
Yeah, that's true. They compared Terry Lake with the one that said the witch. The one, I'm no witch.
Mm-hmm.
These people are so devious. I sat there, I almost broke my television, because I can't stand it. The word slander. First was deplorable.
Well, Frank Luntz should be required to do a disclosure every time they have him on television. He went to Donald Trump looking for a job during the first campaign as his pollster, and Trump didn't hire him. And ever since then, he's been out there trashing President Trump. So, he's got a vendetta against President Trump, Frank Luntz.
A minority of Trump followers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're a small minority. Yeah.
I mean, how do you slander people like this? I mean, I can...
You don't.
Crap off.
You don't. By the way, Frank Luntz, can he, with all of his financial success, you think he'd get a better wig?
Yeah, that looks like a rug on his head. Brian, them too. I mean, it's really outrageous already. And they're calling us extremists. These are the people that want to abort babies after they come out of the womb. These are all crazy people, and we're the extremists.
Well, Frank Luntz also. Frank Luntz has he has that that party condo in D.C. where Kevin McCarthy was living. That's probably where that party was that what's his name was talking about, right? But he also has a mansion in Brentwood, California, out in Los Angeles, and in his Brentwood mansion, Frank Luntz has a room that is a replica of the Oval Office, and he has on a coat rack a stained blue dress hanging there. I mean, this guy's just a weirdo. And for them to put Luntz on as a credible person is just insane to me.
Does it bother you personally that the mainstream media calls you an extreme kook?
No, because as far as I'm concerned, the mainstream media are... let me give you an example. I was going to bring this up later. There's a fascinating story about the Washington media that first came out on Politico, and they didn't realize what they were doing. Hold on, let me pull this up. I have it on my Twitter. Listen to this. Legalizing shrooms. Mushrooms, they get you high. Okay? Listen to this. This is in Politico. Here's something about Washington, D.C. that a lot of people who even live in D.C. don't know about. Psychedelic mushrooms are basically legal, and they are a new sensation among the Washington press. And they had a whole article about this in Politico. But I guess whoever wrote this for Politico was high on the mushrooms. But they're saying that the Washington press, which are the people you're talking about, are recreationally using psychedelic mushrooms. This is liberal Politico saying this. So they're drug addicts.
In closing, you brought up the first segment. You brought up about Nancy Pelosi going. Well, they asked the president on the tarmac going to his plane yesterday. He said she shouldn't go. This guy is so weak. Told her she shouldn't go right now.
Well, she should go. Pelosi should go with a military escort to Taiwan, only because China said so. Let me share this. Listen to this. This is in the Politico article, okay? A lot of people here in D.C. are availing themselves of D.C.'s unique decriminalization rules, microdosing psychedelic mushrooms as a kind of performance-enhancing brain boost. Already wildly popular among the California tech set, now fairly common in Washington, especially media circles in Washington. Psychedelic mushrooms. That's something.
We know what Biden's
It might be. All right, take care. Richie the bus driver. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Tony from Vero Beach.
Hey, Tony and Vero. What's on your mind?
Hey, I just heard on CNN that Pelosi is going to stop in Taiwan.
Okay. So we got news is breaking while we're on the air. Will she be taking a military escort?
Ain't saying that.
That's the thing, because what China said, they would consider it an act of war if Pelosi goes to Taiwan with a fighter escort. They didn't say if she goes to Taiwan. They specifically said with a fighter escort. So if she goes to Taiwan without a fighter escort, that's still cowering to the CCP.
Overnight, and it just broke about 10 minutes.
No, but if she doesn't have, did you give us if she doesn't go with a fighter escort, she's still doing what the Red Chinese are telling her to do. She's got to go with a fighter escort, and it's very interesting if they didn't address that. By the way, you're in Vero. What radio station are you listening to us on?
Now I'm listening on iHeart.
iHeartRadio right now. Well, that's awesome. You can do that. That's good. Yeah. So don't CNN might be trying to float the idea that she's standing up to China by going to Taiwan. That is not true unless she flies there with a fighter escort. Don't let them sell you that crap. All right. Hey, take care. Thanks for the call. All right. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Glenn. It's Andrea.
Oh, hey, Andrea.
I want to talk about that chick who's encouraging people to spit in Trump supporters' drinks.
Oh, yes.
I would love to know how Louisiana would feel if somebody were encouraging Trump supporters to spit in liberals' drinks. I'd like to hear his explanation for that.
Yeah.
That is actually, especially with the insanity going on with monkeypox and COVID and everything, they were arresting people in New York when the AIDS epidemic came out because they were spitting on people.
That's right, it's crime.
So, is that not another confirmation of that?
Mm-hmm.
How are people going to tolerate this?
Well, we're not. We're not tolerating it. You know, the fact that they're talking about it shows that we're winning. Hey, listen, Andrea, we'll talk again. I got to run for a break. Here's the clip she's talking about.
Normalize spitting in the drinks of Trump supporters. Are you at a bar or brewery or restaurant in which you did not expect to see a Trump supporter because their website and decor otherwise declared that they are LGBTQIA plus friendly? Maybe they've got a pride flag. Maybe they've got a BLM flag in their window. But you still, for some reason, see an ungodly Trump supporter, and heaven forbid, they're also wearing Trump merchandise? Well, take an unfinished drink from a table, spit in it, bring it over to them, and tell them that you bought them one. And then pray to whatever glorious creature gets you out of bed in the morning that they take a sip of it and suffer for the rest of the day. Thank you. Goodbye.
Oh, yes, goodbye. Yes, that's it. Tolerant left. All right, 1 hour down. We'll be back after the top of the hour break. I'm Brian Craig. It's the Steve Kane Show. Our number, 888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Back right after this break.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music.
WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day's off to a great start. It's Monday.
I don't see any confirmation on Pelosi going to Taiwan. Do you guys? Has it been reported? I don't see any confirmation. Oh, hey, Calming Cafe is my wife, Kathy. I sent you a whole bunch of text messages this morning before I left. Check them out.
True Oldies. Traffic check.
In the Palm Beaches, the major expressways are still crashing.
No, I don't see anything like that.
We do have a disabled vehicle blocking your right shoulder, though, on the north.
I'm looking now.
Just before Glades Road. But in Broward County, we also have a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane on I-95 heading southbound just before Cypress Creek Road. And also on 595 eastbound before 95 southbound, a disabled vehicle is blocking the... This report is sponsored by Panera.
No, but I don't see anything about that.
Demonstrations in Washington and around the country in support of a bill that would provide assistance to veterans exposed to toxic burn pits. This is after 25 Republicans, many of whom previously supported the plan, voted against it. Another vote on the bill is scheduled for this week. This is ABC News. Oh, are you seeing these readings? This is incredible.
There's no buffering here, Eric. No, see? No, there's no buffering here, Eric. I'm watching the feed right here. Man. I watch the feed too.
Opinions are like everyone's got one. Get yours in the Steve Kane Show.
All right, welcome back, everyone. My name is Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. I just did some looking over the break. I could not verify what our listener in Vero Beach said. Okay, just to recap, callers on hold, stand by the way. China over the weekend threatened to shoot down Nancy Pelosi's plane if she flew to Taiwan with a fighter escort. A caller in Vero said that he heard on CNN she is going to Taiwan. I've not been able to confirm that. If you have information, let me know. But I'll tell you what I told that caller. They didn't threaten to shoot down her plane if she went to Taiwan. That doesn't get her off the hook. They said they would do it, which is an act of war, by the way. China said they would go to war with the United States if Pelosi flew to Taiwan with a fighter escort because they consider that Chinese airspace. China considers it Taiwan. So don't let, if she's going to Taiwan without the fighter escort, she's still bowing down to China. All right? Okay, our number toll-free, 888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. Today's been a rough day for me, I must tell you, this morning. I had a whole bunch of problems before I even really got to the radio station this morning. I was doing my show prep at home, and I heard a lot of noise in my backyard. I didn't know what was going on, and I went out there and I went on my back porch, which is screened in, thankfully so, and I looked out there, and there were these massive raccoons in my backyard, which I am terrified of raccoons. I got to call a raccoon guy today. Oh man, anyone know any raccoon guys in the area? Oh man, which is just a nightmare. Then I go out to my car and my battery is dead. I left my lights on, I guess, or something. So my battery is dead in my car. So I take my wife's car, and I have a big cup of water on my lap, and I'm driving to the radio station down Palmetto Park Road here in Boca. And someone in the back of their vehicle had a bunch of, I guess they think it's a good idea to move at like 5 in the morning, and a piece of debris fell out of the back of their truck, and I had to swerve out of the way. This all happened before I even got here this morning. I had to swerve out of the way, and the cup of water, thankfully it was water and not, coffee or something, just flew off my lap onto the floor of the car and spilled all over my wife's floor of her car. It's been a rough morning, and that was all before I got to the radio stations. It's one of those days, people. One of those days, a little stressful out there. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. I am terrified of raccoons. I don't like them. And I had a raccoon problem years ago. I got rid of them, and now there's some new ones back. All right, let's take a call or two, and then I'll bring up some more stuff. But if anybody has any updates on Pelosi in Taiwan, they're welcome. But I don't see any confirmation that she's going, and certainly not with a fighter escort. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good morning, Conservative.
Oh, yes, Doug.
Like I was saying, the media is so corrupt, saying lies. We hear now that electric cars, you plug them into your house, you use more electricity than you do for your AC. And what is Kamala Harris doing today? Having a big talk about how global warming. Since when is there two right? Either you're right or you're wrong. All of a sudden now they can lie about global warming, and the media covers it like it's the real thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell
I'm waiting. I'm not to give you too hard of a time like I often do, but I'm waiting for the part of the call that has anything to do with anything I brought up for the last 1 hour and 7.5 minutes on the radio. Like something that's on topic, not just random throwing out, On
topic, her going to the Wicked Witch of the West going to Taiwan.
Yes.
What does that accomplish? I mean, it's just
okay. All right, Doug. I appreciate the call, Doug. I'm not trying to be rude to Doug, but All right, now this transgender stuff has really gotten out of control, but there's something new that has happened. Listen to this, and I've got some audio here. Trans cheerleader. That means transgender, right? Transgender cheerleader, age 25, is given assault citation after choking out a 17-year-old teammate who called her a man with a penis at cheer camp, as video was taken afterwards showing the attacker saying, "I barely touched her." A transgender cheerleader was kicked out of a Texas college cheer camp after she allegedly attacked a teammate who called her a man with a penis. A very Chanel Medlock, age 25, was booted from the Ranger College cheerleading camp in Texas and given a criminal assault by physical contact citation. She's accused of choking a 17-year-old teammate. Why is there a 25-year-old person on the cheerleading team anyway with teenage high school girls? The 17-year-old only identified by her first name, Carly, who said, who she claimed made transphobic, I can't even say it, transphobic remarks about her. She said, "You're a man with a penis." The girl and other teammates locked themselves in a locker room to hide from the raging trans cheerleader who claimed she was being targeted for her race and gender. Police were called. Along with Carly's father, Mike Jones, and Medlock was removed from campus. The trans cheerleader posted a video on her Facebook page where she can be heard talking to teammates angrily. Now, let me play this. Now, this apparently is after she... and I'm looking at a picture of this 25-year-old transgender cheerleader who has a penis. She is big. She is huge. She could kick my butt. Now, this audio you were going to hear is a video that she posted up there that she thinks clears her. The voice you hear the loudest is the trans cheerleader, the 25-year-old trans cheerleader. The 17-year-old girl is hiding out of fear. I'm unclear if this was before and after she was choked, but let me play this for you. Hold on, let's see here. I've got so many audio sound bites today. Hold on, where is the cheerleader one? Hold on. Okay, here it is. Listen to this. This is the 25-year-old, born a man, has a penis, now a female cheerleader with the 17-year-old girl.
I don't give a Courtney, shut up. You're not even in this. Okay, well, I am now. Okay, well, outside then. You're a man. I'm not a man. It's out of jail. My license says I'm a female. Okay, and what are you going to do about it? Is she being for real right now? She's being good. Oh, no. No. What the? I barely touched Charlie.
Was Carly laughing? She was terrified. Well, get a sense of humor.
Okay, yeah. No one wants to hurt Carly. But anyways, Carly, there's no beef between me and you. Sorry to upset you and make you scared and feel terrified. I would never want to do that to you.
Okay. Now, those dropout parts are where they either said the F word or the B word, and I just put that together real quick and didn't put the bleeps in. But the 17-year-old girl, the 25-year-old, born a man, has a penis, says she's a girl now on the cheerleading squad with a 17-year-old high school girl. I guess it's right before her freshman year of college. She's confronting her. She says, "You're a man with a penis. I'm not coming out." She's afraid. She got choked. She got choked by this 25-year-old trans cheerleader. And what's frightening to me about that, a couple of things. Obviously, the physical assault. But when the girl said, "You're a man with a penis," the rest of the cheerleading squad got on the side of the trans cheerleader. Ooh. And almost justifying the assault on this child by this 25-year-old person, adult, because she said, "You have a penis. You're a man with a penis." Does have a penis. Well, my driver's license says I'm a woman with a penis. You know, I know that a girl who goes to college to become a college cheerleader like this girl has probably been a cheerleader all her life and has worked towards being a college cheerleader all her life. But this kind of thing just has to stop. It has to stop. If you have a child in college who's in a locker room with Leah Thomas or someone like that, or you have a 17-year-old girl who is on a cheerleading team away at college with a 25-year-old biological man with a penis who's now on the girls' team in the girls' locker room, you got to tell your daughter, find another school or you can't cheer. You know, parents need to get involved here and saying enough. Don't allow this to happen. It's dangerous. And what happened with that person, they got angry, got violent, and because the strength of a man, choked this 17-year-old girl. They should be in prison for that. That girl is a minor. All right, we'll take our first break of the hour and be back. Call us on hold. Stand by. Don't go anywhere. for that. That girl is a minor. All right, we'll take our first break of the hour and be back. Call us on hold. Stand by. Don't go anywhere.
Wake up and smell the truth. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
You've seen the ads on TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Right now at MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, buy one MyPillow, get one for free. But you have to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com for this incredible offer. Buy one MyPillow, get another one free. Go to MyPillow.com right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
Women, you know menopause is no fun, but there is help available for your menopause symptoms with Dr. Mitch Matez at the BioStation West El Rey. Hormone replacement pellet therapy will 100% stop and reverse the signs and symptoms of menopause. Mood swings gone, night sweats gone, vaginal dryness reversed. You'll get your sex drive back too. Call Dr. Mitch Matez for a free consultation. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893.
This week at Macy's, get a jump on back-to-school style essentials like kids' backpacks for just $24.99 and 30% off fun looks from Epic Threads. Pick up something for the undergrads too with 20% off backpacks, handbags, and more. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. See Macys.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices. Exclusions apply.
This is John from Lighthouse Medical Center, CFO and Director of Neuropathy. We want to welcome you to Lighthouse Medical Center this year. It's our 75th anniversary, and we've been able to help a lot of patients. We want to be able to help you with your neuropathy issues as well. You have numbness, burning, pain, tingling, lack of sleep, or balance issues, please come see us and let us help you with that problem. There's hope out there for you. We've had thousands of patients come through Lighthouse Medical Center. Being able to see the quality improved in their life and being able to help them and their family has been a blessing to us and a blessing to them, and we look forward to doing that for the next 75 years. We don't just treat neuropathy at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have a specialized knee pain program with non-surgical solutions for bone-on-bone and knee pain issues. We also treat chronic back pain, ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder pain. Call for a free consultation with us today. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
Ready to get fired up? Just 60 seconds and you'll be racing for the phone. 888-GO-KANE-1. This is the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show. That's right. Florida's longest-running radio show. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. You know, this morning, as every morning, I get up, and first thing I do is take a shower. And what did I do when I got out of that shower is I dried off with my MyPillow towels. Let me tell you something. The MyPillow towels are absolutely amazing. You know, Mike Lindell has a great offer going on right now with the MyPillow towels. You know, this canceling by Walmart of MyPillow products is a major financial blow to Mike Lindell and MyPillow. It really is. I had him on the show last week. You heard the interview. It's a big financial blow, hitting them pretty hard. Largest retailer. They did a lot of sales through Walmart, and they had the greatest shelf position. Mike Lindell had his products at the checkout shelf. You know, at the checkout registers, they have that shelving area right as you're walking in, and that's like, you know, the best shelf space in an entire Walmart. No more will Walmart carry MyPillow products. And these MyPillow towels are amazing. Mike Lindell says, towels that work. What a concept. Boy, he could not be more spot on with that. The MyPillow towels, they dry you. You know, when I first got the MyPillow towels, I got 2 sets of these. I thought, a towel's a towel. A towel's a towel. Boy, was I wrong. you dry out with that MyPillow towel, you are dry like a bone, and the towel is not soaking wet. It actually absorbs the water. There was one morning where all our towels were dirty. You know those mornings, huh? How that goes. All the towels were dirty, and all I had was a dry MyPillow washcloth, because you know the MyPillow towel set comes in it's 6 pieces, not just towels. You get the washcloths too. I dried off with the MyPillow washcloth. I dried my hair and my entire body, and just the washcloth dried my hair and body off perfectly. I couldn't believe it. That's so great. And you know, we wash these, and of course, because you know, like everything else, you want to wash your towels. But every time we take them out of the dryer, they're like new the day they arrived. When you go to mypillow.com and use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E, the MyPillow towel set is buy one, get one set free. So you can get 2 with our promo code KANE, 2 6-piece towel sets, buy one, get one free with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, 1-800-716-4879, 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, K-A-N-E. And by the way, whatever specials you see at mypillow.com, no matter what it is or what it says, you can take advantage of with our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. All right, so let me tell you, what the government did over the weekend was put Brandon Straka in some trouble. You guys know Brandon Straka? Brandon Straka is the formerly Democrat gay hairdresser. He's still gay. He's a former Democrat. Okay, I don't want you to think he's converted to being straight. Brandon Straka still is gay, but he's no longer a Democrat, okay? And he started that walk away movement, which was incredibly successful. I mean, it was a hugely successful movement, Brandon Straka's walk away movement. Hundreds of thousands of Democrats walked away from the Democrat Party in the last couple of years because of Brandon Straka. And they hate that guy. Now, he got jammed up on January 6th. He did not go into the building, but he got jammed up. He got a bit of a light sentence. And it got leaked out, which I don't believe this is true, but I'll tell you what I mean by this. It was leaked out over the weekend that, you know, through either the January 6th Kangaroo Committee, the government, who knows, somebody in the government, they leaked out a lie. And they said Brandon Straka was given a light sentence, which was basically some home confinement. He was given a light sentence because he named names. He turned other people in. I don't believe any of that. They had everything on videotape, okay? They put that lie out about Brandon Straka to try to discredit him because Brandon Straka's walk-away movement is still going strong, okay? And they are in a panic about it. And they're trying to destroy the walk-away movement by portraying Brandon Straka as a rat. That's just a bunch of nonsense. Don't buy it. But, you know, I know a lot of people in the MAGA community, you call yourselves patriots, right? We're patriots. You a patriot? I'm a patriot. Donald Trump's a patriot. Carrie Lake's a patriot. Ron DeSantis, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they're patriots too, right? Well, not according to AOC. Who do you think AOC believes the patriots of America are? If Saturday Night Live was a comedy show still, they would do a great parody on this. And they could do it as a parody song. Remember We Are the Kids in America, the 80s song, We Are the Kids in America? I'm not going to sing it. If I start singing, people will turn the radios off. But they could do it. Who are the new patriots in America? According to AOC, you know who they are? Transgender people. I don't know how this happened, but AOC was on some type of television show with trans people. She is all dressed up. She's talking to drag queens, the new patriots, right? Audie Murphy and people like that were patriots, but no. Drag queens are the new American patriots. AOC is talking to a group of drag queens that are in full evening gowns, telling them that they are the new patriots of America. This is AOC talking to the drag queens. Listen.
The people who change what people think are artists
drag queens and
Oh, hold on. Let me start that over again. Hold on. Hold on. I can't. I'm sorry. Hold on. Here we go.
the people who change what people think are artists and drag queens. And let's not forget who threw that first brick at Stonewall.
Yes.
You know, that is what led to us passing the Equality Act in the House in this term. Marriage equality, it starts with you. I mean, you're patriots. You are. You are. You are patriots. And I'm so proud of you all. I'm so proud to live in this country with you and with your mother and with all of us as family.
Oh, we love you.
Woo! We love you, honey. Yes, the drag queens. The drag queens are the patriots of America. No wonder China's making threats. No wonder Putin's on the move. Now, let me tell you something. It does. I'm not saying the drag queens are not tough. If not today, but if you were a drag queen long ago and you were walking around dressed as a woman, that takes a lot of guts, right? I mean, it does. So they tough guts, nerve and all that stuff. But patriots? To me, a patriot is someone who stands up for American values, takes a risk, right? Not wearing mom's clothes. That does not make you... I mean, by that standard, Norman Bates is a patriot. I mean, my goodness. Or Michael Caine in Dressed to Kill. He's another patriot. Yes. Oh, my goodness. This is a strange world we're in, people. And sometimes I feel like I don't belong in it because I don't understand what's going on. But I do understand what's going on. There is a culture war being led by China into this country to totally mess up everything. Our birth rate is down. Our youth are confused. We're having shortages in our military. And who are the people of recruitment age? These people. The people that she's talking to, the new patriots out there. Who are they going to recruit from to be in the service from this point forward? The recruiting pool has thinned out a little bit. Oh, my goodness. Now, listen, callers on hold, stand by. After our bottom of the hour break, we'll take some more calls. Got a lot more to talk about. Oh, man. It's a scary world, people. It really is. Our number is toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. 888-465-2631. You drag queens in the audience, you are America's patriots, according to AOC. Oh, man. I'm Brian Craig. We'll be back after the bottom of the hour break with more of your calls and a whole bunch more to talk about as well. Don't go anywhere. Back after this.
Bringing the heat to your radio every morning. It's the Steve Kane Show on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Okay, I got an update on Pelosi. Okay.
They say never to mess with the classics, but Panera did that and more with their new chef's chicken sandwiches. Pan-seared chicken, a secret garlic aioli recipe, Parmesan crisp and pickle chips on a buttery brioche roll. Try one for only $1 delivery free when you order on their app. Restrictions apply. That's traffic from Chris Ball.
Join us Thursday, August the 4th from 3 to 6 for the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony at Florida Luxury Cabinets. Live appearance for the oldies. That's right, 95.3, 96.9, and a special guest appearance from the
cruise is right around the corner. We leave January 28th on the Celebrity Apex out of Fort Lauderdale. First stop, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. And then St. Kitts. With exclusive events just for our group. Fine dining together every night. Cocktail parties, shore excursions, onboard activities, and a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
I blocked this group space during COVID, during the height of the pandemic, so we got some incredible deals.
Call Ian right now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. No liberal stowaways allowed.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief of symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use as directed.
A sniffle here and a sneeze there. Your first thought is what? Uh-oh, I'm coming down with something. But did you ever think you might not be sick? You might have an allergy. Find out and have your allergies tested at any lab test now of Coral Springs or any lab test now of Boca. Any lab test now of Coral Springs is located at 955 North University Drive on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood by the Coral Square Mall. Give them a call, 954-906-5983. 954-906-5983. Any lab test now of Boca is in the Sandalfoot Plaza. That's where the Western Beef is, south of Palmetto and north of Hillsboro. Call them at 561-237-5009. 561-237-5009. They will test for both environmental and food allergies. No appointment is necessary. And make sure you mention you heard about them on the Steve Kane Show.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-838-4715 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-838-4715. That's 800-838-4715. What do you have to lose? Call 800-838-4715. Again, 800-838-4715.
Are you feeling over the hill? Tired? Sluggish? Taking those midday naps? Just not feeling yourself? There is help. If you want to look and feel like you did when you were young, call Dr. Mitch Matez at the Biostation West El Rey and talk to him about hormone replacement pellet therapy. Take it from me. I'm a patient. It works. 561-320-8893. 561-320-8893. And make sure to tell him you heard about him on the radio.
Live, local, and in your face. The Steve Kane Show with
All right, we are back. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show. That's right, on the radio since 1977. Okay, so we got some updates. Our caller from Vero, he was right. Okay, now let me do a recap, then we'll give you the latest, okay? So over the weekend, China threatened war against the United States if Pelosi goes to Taiwan with a fighter escort, okay? It's a pretty big deal. And because they consider that Chinese airspace, Taiwan. They said if Pelosi visits Taiwan with a fighter escort, they will shoot the plane down, China said. That's an act of war. She's the Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. Although, as she's flying around Asia, they must have very, very high-tech missile guidance technology to be able to shoot down a broomstick It's a small target, a broomstick, and I understand that's what Pelosi flies around on. But okay, so we got some intel here from CNN that, well, beg some more questions, okay? This is from CNN. U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is expected to visit Taiwan as part of her Asia tour, according to a senior Taiwanese government official and a U.S. official, despite warnings from Biden administration officials who are worried about China's response to such a high-profile visit. Okay, now before we read the rest of this, there's some questions here, okay? So, it has not been announced by the White House or Pelosi's office that she's going to Taiwan. It says, CNN says, a Taiwanese government official and an unnamed U.S. official. So, you know, these sources, if CNN actually has sources, might be leaking this out to force Pelosi to go. But this is an interesting thing. So we have confirmation from CNN that the Biden administration has told Pelosi not to go. So this is worse than it could be, okay? Because I was talking about at the top of the show, what's going on here, I don't think they're going to shoot down the Speaker of the House's airplane, even if she had an entire air wing with her. What's going on here is a test. This is what, I was talking about this at 6. It's very important to understand. This is a test by China as to American response to certain threat levels. And we failed every test. The example I use is Al-Qaeda and the Taliban with 9/11. 9/11 was not the first attack that Al-Qaeda made against the United States, right? The towers in Africa, and then the USS Cole. And the reaction to the USS Cole and the embassy attacks in Africa by the United States was not a military response. The United States handled both of those attacks, the Cole and the embassies in Africa, as a criminal act. And they sent over a criminal investigative team from the FBI and handled it like a criminal investigation, not an act of war or even a terrorist attack. And that's why 9/11 happened. Because Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, they were testing us, and they saw very little response from the United States. Really no response from the United States. And they, first was the embassies, and then they were testing. Then they tested again, still no response, so then they did the big one. And if you look back, the Taliban benefited from 9/11, not us. They got a rebuilt country that we built them. We gave them a whole economy, all kinds of industries going there. We rebuilt the whole country, gave them internet. They got those lithium deposits that we discovered, all kinds of other stuff, and an army and an air force and all the weapons that go along with it. They got everything now because of us. China is doing the same thing. What's been going on are tests. After Afghanistan, after the embarrassing withdrawal of Afghanistan, equaling the fall of Saigon, really worse than Saigon in many ways, because we didn't leave back behind ultra-modern equipment. The first test was Putin going into Ukraine. There's reason to make money for themselves, right? And there's been other things that China buying up the residential properties. These are all tests, and we failed every one of them because we have weak, incoherent, corrupt leadership. Now this threat over the weekend that they will shoot down the plane carrying the United States House of Representatives Speaker, the third highest ranking official in the United States government, if they have a fighter escort, is another test which we have failed. Because Pelosi hasn't said she's going. CNN has some anonymous sources from Taiwan, and they say a U.S. official who say she's going, but they don't say whether she's going with a fighter escort or not. And if she doesn't go with a fighter escort, that means she's cowered down to China. Even if she would not normally have a fighter escort, she should have one to stand up to China. And then we also get another failure. It says here, U.S. House, this is CNN, U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is expected to visit Taiwan as part of her Asia tour, according to a senior Taiwanese government official and a U.S. official, despite warnings from the Biden administration worried about China's response. So the White House, the commander-in-chief, if he's capable with all this COVID again, Biden told Pelosi not to go. It's dangerous. So Biden is coward to China, and on top of that, there's division at the upper levels of the government within the same party, because if Pelosi's going, she's defying Biden. Biden wants to cower to China. She wants to look like she's doing something. She goes without the fighter escort, so she's cowering to China. And there's also division. We have failed the test again. So what they're basically telling China is Taiwan is yours for the taking. The Taiwan stop is still not on Pelosi's public schedule. The Taiwanese official added that Pelosi is expected to stay overnight in Taiwan. It's unclear when she will land. The U.S. official added that Defense Department officials are working around the clock monitoring Chinese movements in the region, securing a plan to keep her safe. So is there going to be a fighter escort or not? I mean, we're in a very dangerous place right now, people. This is the weakest the United States of America has ever been, domestically or globally, during the period of any of our lifetimes. I don't care how old you are in this listening on. You think you're the oldest person listening? I don't care. If you are under the age of 105, okay, this is the weakest this country has ever been, and the most dangerous we've ever been. Okay, and I know as bad as 9/11 was, China can bring more havoc than Al Qaeda did with their Taliban allies there. So we have never been in as dangerous as a situation as we are right now. And President Trump, he put a post yesterday on Truth talking about Biden's second COVID diagnosis is a cover for the dementia. Trump put it out there on Truth Social. And you've got to understand, when President Trump says something or posts something on Truth, he's not, this isn't the Celebrity Apprentice host who's just saying stuff. He's in the know now. He is getting briefings. He is getting national security briefings. He is hearing from people in Washington. So when President Trump says it's a dementia cover, I think you got to take that as a serious comment and a warning to what's going on. And I think that's very, I mean, we were all thinking that anyway. When does someone get COVID twice in a week? At this point, and maybe he had it the first time, he sounded a little sick the first time, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. And they're not giving the press access really to his doctors or to him to find out what's really going on here. There's some type of cover-up going. We are in a national security risk period in two regions, China and Europe, right, with Ukraine. And let me tell you, with the divided, senile, corrupt leadership that we have at the upper levels of federal government, Pelosi and the Biden leadership, how can they stand up to China? China on a dime could just stop ships from leaving their ports and we don't get our stuff. And this test in Taiwan, even if she goes without fighter escort, it's a complete mission failure. If she does go with fighter escort, there's still division with Biden. And Biden has told her not to go. For her to get fighter escort, she has to get approval from Joe Biden. Is Joe Biden going to sign off on that? He's telling her not to go. It would endanger our relationship with China if she goes to Taiwan. Biden would have to authorize the fighter escort. Would he do that? Because I don't think he would, because they may tell him it could increase the threat level. This is scary. Listen, we're going to take our last break of this hour. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. 888-GO-KANE-1 is the number. Back after this. Don't go anywhere.
They're the most polarizing talk show hosts in all of South Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Morning 6 to 9 on Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
What would you do with extra money this summer? Fill the tank? How about a vacation? During Staples Fuel Your Summer Sweeps, a Staples Rewards member could win one of five $5,000 Visa gift cards to use for, or maybe, every $50 spent in store automatically earns you an entry. Not a rewards member? Join today and enter Staples Fuel Your Summer Sweeps. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited. Open to legal residents of the 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 and older. Ends 8/6. Visit staplesconnect.com/fuel your summer sweeps for complete rules and eligibility.
The Steve Kane 2023 MAGA Cruise is right around the corner. We leave January 28th on the Celebrity Apex out of Fort Lauderdale. First stop, San Juan, Puerto Rico. Then Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. And then St. Kitts. With exclusive events just for our group. Fine dining together every night. Cocktail parties. Shore excursions. On-board activities. And a whole lot more. On the line is Ian from Cruise and Travel Depot. Ian, why should listeners book right now?
I blocked this group space during COVID during the height of the pandemic, so we got some incredible deals.
Call Ian right now and lock in your cabin. 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. Join us as we celebrate our president, Donald Trump. Make your reservation right now. 561-244-5779. No liberal stowaways allowed.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were looking at your phone while driving, let me say it again.
Seriously, put down your phone. That is so unsafe. If you didn't do stuff like use your phone while driving, you could save money with Progressive Snapshot, but saving or not, just put it down.
And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't looking at your phone, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or for all agents.
Smarter than 95,000 milligrams of B6. Get smarter with the Steve Kane Show. Mornings 6 to 9 a.m.
All right, welcome back, everyone. It is the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Our number toll free 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. You know, we are in hurricane season, rainy season here in Florida. You know, it rains all the time. And Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting, who put a new roof on Steve's home last year, and I know has put the roof on many of your homes and businesses and HOAs and condos and everything else as well. You know, Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting will never sell you a roof you don't need. That's right. If you need just a simple repair, he'll tell you. I've had listeners call me. John in Wellington's one of them. You hear him call from time to time? He's one of them. He called Tom Laporta out, looked at his roof. He had a leak. Just a repair is all he needed. I've had other listeners call. They've had multiple roofers at their house who told them they need a whole new roof. One was a condo. Tom came out and took a look from Laporta Contracting, and they just needed a simple repair. No matter where you're located in Florida, by the way, Tom Laporta at Laporta Contracting can help. He works all over the state of Florida, from the Panhandle to Key West and everywhere in between. He does every type of roof there is, too. Residential roofing, tile roofing, shingle roofing, metal roofing, whatever type of material you want or need for your roof, he'll do it for you. And he also works on any type of building, too. Condos, apartment buildings, office buildings, single-family homes. He has even put roofs on churches. That's right. And he's very good working with homeowners associations, which is, boy, that's a tough thing to deal with your HOA, isn't it? Tom Laporta is a maestro when it comes to HOAs. He really is. He's very good working with HOAs. And I know some of you with HOAs out there know what I'm talking about because you've called Tom from Laporta Contracting. Tom Laporta is a good MAGA guy. I'm going to give you his number. Again, no matter where you are in Florida, he can help. This number rings directly to his cell phone in his pocket. Here it is, 954-604-4602. 954-604-4602. You can also find him online at laportacontracting.com. Make sure you tell Tom Laporta that you heard about him on the radio. All right, so here we are, people. Boy, I know, scary stuff going on. Did you catch President Trump's golf tournament at Bedminster over the weekend, the LIV golf tournament? Oh, man, if you didn't, you missed a lot. There was a lot of Trump MAGA love going on. It was like a Trump rally, this golf tournament. It really, truly was. And I got a couple clips of it. And all the A-listers were there, not just President Trump. Tucker Carlson, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they were all there at the LIV golf tournament. And I'm not big into golf, certainly not watching it, but I'll tell you, Donald Trump getting involved with this LIV got me watching a little bit over the weekend, and I'm glad I did. Listen to this. Someone came up to President Trump on the golf course during the LIV tournament over the weekend and asked him if he's going to announce his presidential run soon. Listen to this.
Mr. President, are you planning to announce soon? You're going to be so happy.
Hear what he said? He said, you're going to be so happy. You're going to be so happy. That's a yes. That's a yes. You know, the troubles we're going through right now in this country, a lot of them wouldn't be solved, but could be helped with a presidential announcement made by President Trump, because them knowing for sure he is coming back would take care of a lot of it. Now listen to this. This is also at the LIV golf tournament at President Trump's Jersey Golf Resort. Listen to this. This is the crowd. This is the crowd of spectators at the golf tournament over the weekend. 4 more years. Oh my goodness. You know, when has a former president, especially one with just one term, had that kind of reaction from random crowds around the country? Are you going to run again? You're going to be happy. 4 more years, 4 more years. And then later over the week, I know, it's beautiful, isn't it? Oh man. If the LIV comes to his Miami resort, I might have to go, because this sounds pretty exciting. I hope it does. So then, let me pull up this last clip I have. Hold on. Where's the last one? This is I was saving the best for last. Let's see here. Hold on. I can't find the last clip. Okay, here we go. So this next clip, President Trump came out at the I guess the viewing stand, and he had with him Marjorie Taylor Greene and Tucker Carlson. So President Trump walks out to watch the golf tournament in the stands. He's got Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene with him. And, you know, when you at golf, what are they, matches or games? I don't know anything about golf. But you're supposed to be quiet on the golf course, right? People are golfing. Even the people on television, they whisper. There wasn't a lot of whispering going on when Trump came out. Listen to this. So President Trump's with Tucker Carlson. I lost it again. I can't believe it. Okay, here it is. He comes out with Tucker Carlson and Marjorie Taylor Greene, and listen to the golf fans watching the tournament. Yeah, and Tucker Carlson was laughing so hard he almost fell over at that reception. And these are all spontaneous. These things just randomly happen. No one's out there saying, okay, Trump's coming out, get ready. Trump comes out and this just happens. Oh man, I know. And these aren't the golf, these are the spectators. It's a pretty amazing thing. It really is. All right, 1-888-GO-CANE-1. Callers on hold, stand by. There's another thing I want to mention before we go back to the phones. Over the weekend, I saw a story that the baby formula shortage continues. And I'm not big into buying baby formula. I have one child and she's a grown adult now, 23 years old. But we have bought baby formula for multiple people that we're friends with out of town, out of state. They can't find baby formula. And we bought some more baby formula on Friday for someone, and I went to the post office Saturday and mailed the baby formula to our friends out of state. And let me tell you something, it cost a lot of money. Baby formula is heavy. It's not inexpensive to mail baby formula, but that's okay. Baby's got to eat. And I wasn't so sure that the baby formula crisis was as bad as it was a couple months ago, because they told us the low supply was because of this one plant, but that had been fixed like months ago, right? But I read this story that the nationwide baby formula shortage is getting worse. So, and I'm buying formula here and mailing it to people that we're friends with out of state. So it seems bad. So what I did is I made a YouTube video. If you guys follow me on YouTube, you can see all this stuff I do. Brian Craig on YouTube. I started at the post office when I was mailing the baby formula to our friends out of state. But I went to Publix, I went to a Super Walmart, and a Super Target. And I could not believe how low the baby formula was. I mean, completely empty shelves oftentimes. At Walmart, they lock up baby formula behind glass cases. You got to ask an employee with a key to let you in. I guess it's it's like the spam in New York I was hearing about over the weekend. They had empty shelves behind lock and key at Walmart. And some of the places, Target and Publix, you from afar, oh look, they got a full stock. You get up there, it's all fronted up. It's all fronted up. Empty shelves behind. They just front everything up to make it look full. And that is a very, very frightening thing. The baby formula shortage is not only really bad, it's worse. And, as I was traveling around, I was just making a YouTube video and I was having a hard time finding baby formula. And the Super Target, I went to the Super Target on 441 in Wiles over there in the Coral Springs area, Coral Springs, Parkland area. I was shocked. If I had a hungry baby at home and I was going around for baby formula, I don't even want to know what parents are doing. I know what a lot of them are doing are having grandparents and uncles and friends and things do what we're doing, trying to get it and mailing it to them. I know there's a lot of that going on. But this has been going on for how many months now? And this is typical with the crew that are running this country right now. Any problem we're facing, they do nothing to make it better. They just have us ride it out, hoping it'll fix itself. Well, the baby formula crisis is getting worse. And let me tell you, it's been going on for how many months now? 3 months? 3-4 months. Now, my recollection is babies at about 9 months, you start to wean them off. You want to get them off of it normally, right? So we have half at least of a baby's baby formula time not getting the proper amount of baby formula they're supposed to have. And I know what parents are rationing off the baby formula, probably watering it down, I don't know. But there's a baby famine going on in this country. Mayor Pete, as the transportation secretary, is in charge of the supply chain, which, we know about the supply chain problems, but this problem is a problem that down the road we're going to see a lot of negative consequences of, because baby formula is food. Baby formula is food. And babies are going without proper food, not because their parents, if a year ago, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, if you know, when you have a newborn, you go to the doctor very regularly, just as regular things, right? If a parent came in with an infant and that infant was malnourished because they weren't getting enough baby formula, the doctor would call the police, call the authorities, Children's and Family. Now they don't do that because they understand parents can't get enough formula to properly feed their kids oftentimes. That's the Biden regime. All right, listen, we're going to take our break. When we get back, there's a lot more to talk about. Callers on hold. I apologize for keeping people on hold today. I've been jibber-jabbering a lot, but a lot has happened over the weekend. Callers on hold, stand by. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-CANE, 1-888-465-2631. It's the Steve Kane Show. Back after this.
The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 is here.
Just let me hear some of that rock and roll music.
WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day's off to a great start. It's Monday, August the 1st, new month, 91 degrees today. Just an isolated chance of a shower. Plenty of sunshine that will move across the area throughout. I'm WPBF 25 First Warning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community. Have a laugh with some funny memes. And keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
In the Palm Beaches, the major expressways are still crash-free at this time and are moving up to speed between Boca Raton and Jupiter. The circuits are also crash-free, but we are seeing some volume now on Southern Boulevard eastbound towards 95. Also on the Turnpike heading southbound, some light traffic passing Boynton Beach Boulevard. Also on Plantation, we have a new accident now on the Turnpike heading southbound after Sunrise Boulevard. One right lane is blocked. You might not have the biggest garage on the block, but with eBay Motors, there's 122 million parts right at your fingertips. Whatever you need, there's something that fits your vehicle. Air filters, tires, seat covers, and more. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
Here's your True Oldies ABC News Update.
ABC News Now, I'm Mark Remillard. The first shipment of much-needed Ukrainian grain has set off from the port of Odessa after months of a Russian blockade of the Black Sea. The first freighter is bound for Lebanon. Other ships expected to depart soon. K-9 units are assisting rescue crews in eastern Kentucky as they dig through the debris left in the wake of deadly flooding there last week. Judith Weckman is with the Kentucky Search Dog Association and is leading K-9 teams in the area. She says they have a lot of ground to cover.
I've done this for just a few years, and we've worked tornadoes and other drownings and that kind of thing, but the devastation is so widespread here.
The death toll has risen to 28 people. Demonstrations in Washington and around the country in support of a bill that would provide assistance to veterans exposed to toxic burn pits. This is after 25 Republicans, many of whom previously supported the plan, voted against it. Another vote on the bill is scheduled for this week. This is ABC News.
Oh, are you seeing these readings? This is incredible.
Short-staffed Marco's Climate Research Facility is in the eye of the storm. The atmospheric pressure to find more weather specialists is mounting.
Man, this is going to be a big job. We're going to need a bigger team.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get it off your chest. Just call in 888-GO-CANE-1. Hello. You'll thank us later. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
I tell you, the media are like, you know, just cheerleaders for fake news and what's going on. And just to give you an idea, there's a story. I got an update on Pelosi, but before I do that, there's a story in Politico. I mentioned this earlier in the show. Not getting a lot of coverage. I don't know what Politico was thinking. I think they made a mistake. But psychedelic mushrooms, they say in Politico, are basically legal in D.C. I don't know too much about it. But they said in Politico was a left-wing news online publication, very popular in the D.C. area. Politico reported, I'm not making this up. I tweeted this story, and it's on my Truth. You can go and read the story yourself. Go to Politico and look it up and read the whole thing yourself. Politico reported that psychedelic mushrooms are commonly used by members of Washington media. So the Washington press are using psychedelic mushrooms on a regular basis. Pretty frightening stuff, huh? That's a very bizarre story. I don't know what kind of effects psychedelic mushrooms have on people. That's not my area of expertise. But they're never too high to spin, okay? So now we've got another outlet reporting. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is expected to visit Taiwan tomorrow night, despite warnings from China that its military will not sit idly by if she makes the trip to the self-governing island. See, this is what's going on here, okay? These people, this is like, depends on what sex is. Remember that with Bill Clinton? All right? Everything is about spin. Everything's about spin. Remember last week when Liz Cheney said, President Trump never ordered National Guard to the Capitol. Ask his Secretary of Defense. And that was technically accurate. He offered the National Guard, but never ordered it because Pelosi turned it down, right? So he never sent the order through because she said no. It's technically accurate, but it's still, it's dishonest the way that she said it, right, last week. I think it was Stephanopoulos. There's a similar thing going on right here, right now with Pelosi. The threat from China was not they would shoot Pelosi's plane down if she flew to Taiwan. That's not what they said. They said they would shoot her plane down if she went to Taiwan with a fighter escort. They would consider that a military invasion because China believes Taiwan is China and their airspace is Chinese. They're trying to tell us that Pelosi stood up to China by going to Taiwan and spending the night. That is not the case. To stand up to China, she must go with a U.S. fighter escort. If she doesn't go with the fighter escort, she's doing what China told her to do. Biden is doing what China told him to do if she doesn't have the fighter escort. She doesn't need a fighter escort, but she should take it anyway because they said not to. You can't do that. You cannot let the media spin this, because I'll promise you this. The Chinese, they're thinking what I'm thinking. And they're going to fail this test again. This is just a frightening time, people. All right, so Liz Cheney, CNN went to Wyoming to try and help Liz Cheney. Okay? And what they want, yeah, I know, it's crazy, right? Yeah. Here's the thing with CNN. CNN in their Trump derangement syndrome bubble believes their own outlet. Everyone hates Trump. Everyone hates Trump. And Liz Cheney is not really unpopular. She's only unpopular amongst this fringe minority, the MAGA Republicans. So CNN goes to Wyoming, and things don't go as planned. They go and try to find a Cheney voter in Wyoming. So listen to this. This was over the weekend. CNN visits Wyoming in search of the Cheney supporters.
At Frontier Days in Cheyenne, Wyoming, we found plenty of Republican voters bucking the Cheney name and vowing not to support Congresswoman Liz Cheney for a fourth term. Are you planning to vote for Liz Cheney?
Can I cuss? Hell no.
Are you planning to support Liz Cheney?
Absolutely not.
What are your thoughts about Liz Cheney running for a fourth term?
Personally, I think she said three too many.
Keep in mind, in 2020, Donald Trump won about 70% of the vote in Wyoming. So Liz Cheney's work on the January 6th investigation isn't playing so well with many Wyoming voters.
She's done us dirty.
How so?
Oh, God. Look at how she's done Trump. I'm a Trump fan. I'm sorry.
So she lost your vote because of her role on the January 6th committee and what she's doing about Trump?
Yes. She's supposed to be supporting him. She's a Republican, for crying out loud. I find her work on the January 6th committee just repulsive.
Okay, just repulsive. So yes, CNN was unable to find any change. See, this month, here it is. It's the 1st of August, right? We've just moved into August, first week in August. This is primary month. Tomorrow's Carrie Lake. We got Liz Cheney this month. Carrie Lake's going to win that primary tomorrow. Liz Cheney's going to get creamed in her primary. which I believe, I don't know the exact date of hers, Liz Cheney's. I don't think it's tomorrow. I think maybe it's next week or the week after. Does anyone know when's Liz Cheney's primary? I don't think it's this week. I could be wrong, though. But she's going to lose it. It doesn't matter if it's next month, but it's this month. And, see, this Operation Chaos that the Democrats are attempting to do is going to fail. And we're going to see... Now, listen, not every Trump-backed person is going to win. That's an impossibility. But in key races, and the majority of them by far will win. The endorsement record of President Trump has broken whatever records were held before. All right? Even if he doesn't get a victory tomorrow, which he's going to. Okay? He's going to get a lot of them, like big high-profile one like Kari Lake. I'll be here Wednesday morning, hopefully telling you that Kari Lake is won. I don't know if it'll be settled by the time I go on the air because, they're a couple hours behind us and all, and who knows in Arizona when the governor's primary results will come out. But she's double-digit lead right now, big double-digit lead. She's got 51%. Her next person in line from her is in the 30s. So, when we get through these primaries and our primary victors going into the general election are majority Trump-backed MAGA Republicans, this is going to signal a big change in what's going on so far as the media narrative, because they're not going to accept this, okay? They're not going to accept this. They're not going to say, well, it's, we gave it our go. They're going to move into overdrive, into full destruction mode against these people. They're going to be terrified. And Kari Lake's right. They are terrified of her. This loss of Liz Cheney, what kind of juice will this committee have when the primary Republican up there has just been voted out of office? Have you ever been around someone who's lost their primary? Many years ago, there was a Broward County sheriff who was a very famous guy, Sheriff Nick Navarro. Any of you guys remember Nick Navarro? He was very popular. Very popular. He was a nationally known celebrity, and he began the television show Cops right here in Broward County. And we had him on the show in studio the morning after he lost his primary election for his last run for sheriff of Broward County. I didn't expect him to show up. When someone loses their primary, that's a rough one. And I remember seeing him the next morning. He did not look well. He was a good guy too, and a very secure guy. But losing the primary is worse than losing the general election if you're an incumbent, because it's a complete rejection. You ever been in a relationship, guys? Girl dumps you for another guy. It's humiliating. It's worse than that. When you lose your primary, not the general, the primary, you are rejected by your own people. And if you ever see a politician, an incumbent, lose their primary, they look physically ill the next day. And Liz Cheney, when I saw her on the Sunday shows last weekend, she looked clinically depressed because she knows she's going to have this humiliation coming up. She may be one of those people in Washington with the magic mushrooms. She's going to need them. But when it's official and she loses the primary and she's sitting there on her high horse in this committee acting like she's somebody, and she's out, not just announcing she's not running for re-election, she's rejected by Republicans in her home state. That's a humiliation you're going to see on TV. And I'll tell you another thing. People don't realize this. Okay, her dad, I believe it was one term, but he was in the House of Representatives from Wyoming. And he's lived in Wyoming for a long, long time. The Cheneys are a powerful family in Wyoming. And for her to lose the primary in Wyoming is a big deal. It really, truly is. And it's going to change everything so far as the committee and everything else. And it's not going to change it for the better, because these never-Trumpers are going to move in overdrive to try to stop him in November. It's going to get nastier. Now listen, callers on hold, stand by. We're going to take our break, the first break of this hour. Come back with your calls. Our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. And don't think you have to agree with what you're hearing on the program to call in. All viewpoints are welcome, whether you agree or disagree. I'm Brian Craig. It is the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Back right after this break.
The Steve Kane Show, telling it like it is, whether you like it or not. Oldies 95.
Steve Kane Show. Oh, okay, good. Oh, good. That means they're good to eat. All right. All right, take care. Steve Kane Show. Hold on. Steve Kane Show. Hold on.
And right now, you can order yours for 30% off with the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout at mypillow.com or call 1-800-716-4879.
Being isolated and lonely can be harmful to your health, resulting in high blood pressure, a greater risk of heart disease, and early onset dementia. So it's important to build and maintain social connections. Try a new hobby, volunteer, exercise, or use your phone or other device to stay in touch. Visit connecttoeffect.org to find resources and ways to stay connected. This message is brought to you by United Healthcare and AARP Foundation.
Have you put off buying new tires because you thought they were too expensive? Find friendly prices at Friendly Tire in Margate on both new and used tires. New tires as low as $70 a tire. That's out the door and on the road because Friendly Tire doesn't charge you to balance the tire or mount the tire. They have thousands of used tires in stock too, starting at just $30. Call for a quote right over the phone. 954-977-9445. 954-977-9445.
That's the sound of a crack in the ceiling found at a home inspection. But with a realtor by your side, a newfound leak might only cause minor worries. With their expertise, a realtor can suggest a credit at closing and even connect you to a contractor to help you shore up that leak and alleviate your worries. When it comes to cracks in your plans, the expertise of a realtor can make all the difference. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
It's hurricane season, and if you have a wet spot on your ceiling, you have a leak in your roof. When we had a leak in our roof at the Kane household, we called Tom Laporta. He's the best in the business. Remember, small leaks turn into medium leaks, and medium leaks turn into big problems. Call licensed contractor Tom Laporta for a free roof inspection. 954-604-4602. And tell him Steve Kane sent you.
This week at Macy's, get a jump on back-to-school style essentials like kids' backpacks for just $24.99 and 30% off fun looks from Epic Threads. Pick up something for the undergrads too, with 20% off backpacks, handbags, and more. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. See Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Savings off sale and clearance prices.
In my line of work, getting up in the middle of the night, I wake up about 2:30, 3 in the morning to do show prep, to be live here on the radio in the morning. And I'm able to do that because of the great products that Mike Lindell from MyPillow has invented. And I live in a MyPillow household. I have them all. But I'll tell you, the biggest life changer to me has been the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. This changed my life. The 3-inch mattress topper, this is the thickest mattress topper that Mike Lindell and MyPillow make, is 50% off at mypillow.com when you use our promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. That's right. And this is the lowest price ever on the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. I've had mine for over a year. We got it because my wife was having back trouble, back pain. We slept on it one night. Back pain is gone, has not returned. And me, what I noticed from the first morning, it was a Saturday, I remember it very well. I woke up on Sunday morning and the sun was out. That never happens. Even on the weekends, because of my schedule, I wake up 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I actually slept the whole night through. And ever since then, I wake up when my alarm goes off in the morning. I always woke up before my alarm went off, not since I started sleeping with the 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper. I sleep the whole night through, which means I'm getting rested sleep. No matter how early I have to get up in the morning, that sleep I'm getting is well-rested sleep. The 3-inch MyPillow mattress topper comes in every size mattress there is, from twin all the way up to split and California king, and every size in between. They're great for the kids heading off to college, for the dorm rooms. And right now, 50% off when you use the promo code KANE at checkout, K-A-N-E. You can also order by phone, toll-free, 1-800-716-4879. 1-800-716-4879, promo code KANE, Kane. Good morning. You're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, it's the mask lady.
Oh, hey. How you doing?
Hi, I have really nothing to offer, but I...
Well, slow down. Louise, the mask lady, right? You said you have nothing to offer. Then if you have nothing to offer, why would you call?
want to know how Steve is doing.
Steve, okay, I was just going to get to that, actually. It's funny that you say that. Steve is home. Steve has diverticulitis. He was in the hospital last week, but came home over the weekend. But he is still on the mend and honestly doped up on the medications they prescribed to him to get over this. So hopefully he'll be with us sometime this week. He wanted to come back today, but I think he's going to need another day or two to recover.
At myself, so what?
It's painful. All right, Louise the mask lady. She wears the mask even when you don't have to. I mean, she's a little nuts about it. But she's one of those people that wears the mask in her car by herself as if she's going to give herself COVID. No, but I expect Steve may be back tomorrow. I talked to him. I didn't talk to Steve today, but I talked to him a couple times yesterday, and he was still not fully recovered. And that diverticulitis is very, very, very painful. And it flares up in Steve every couple of years. And the reason it flares up is probably because of his diet. Because there's a lot of things you're not supposed to eat. You know how that goes. I got a lot of things I'm not supposed to eat because of allergies. And every once in a while, I'll go to town on something I'm not supposed to eat because I'm allergic to it. And then I have all kinds of problems. All right, 1-888-COCAINE-1 is the number to call. 888-465-2631. It's a toll-free call. The news cycle we're in, it's upsetting because the news are not in the business of reporting the news. They're in the business of covering up news and spinning the news. And a few weeks back, a Democrat was arrested in an assassination plot against Justice Kavanaugh. Remember this? And we knew they were a Democrat. That was reported. They were a Democrat, and they traveled from California all the way to Washington, D.C. I mean, that's scary. That is frightening. Oswald lived in Dallas. I mean, I've never seen an assassin travel so far as this one. Well, we have some new information. Don't look for this on CNN. A California man was arrested in June near the Maryland home of Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. The man told police he was there to kill Kavanaugh. And now we find out this. He's not only a Democrat from California, he's transgender. That's right. That's right. A 26-year-old... Now, this is what I'm confused about. Okay? A New York Post columnist originally tweeted, a man was arrested outside of Brett Kavanaugh's residence. This was back in June, around 1:45 a.m. last night. He had a gun, said he was there to kill Kavanaugh. He was taken into custody without incident. 26-year-old white male with a California driver's license, previous address Seattle, Washington. Okay? This is, and he was there because he was upset over the Roe v. Wade decision. So this is what I'm trying to figure out, and I got 3 stories here, and none of them clarified this. A 26-year-old man went to Washington, D.C. from California, he said, to kill Kavanaugh because he was upset with the Roe v. Wade decision from the Supreme Court. And now we find out they're transgender. Is this a biological woman who is living as a man? I'm curious because, when I first heard that it was a man over Roe v. Wade, I thought that was strange. I mean, that he was so upset about it. And I'm guessing it is a biological woman who is living as a man. Like Leah Thomas. That's what my guess would be. Or that cheerleader I was talking about earlier. Now, it doesn't say in any of these stories, and none of the stories, even in the conservative papers, are getting into that aspect of it. But that would be my guess. And, you know, the reason this story has been covered up, just like when Steve Scalise was shot, you know, by a Bernie Sanders campaign worker, it doesn't fit the narrative. They don't want a story out there that a trans man, not a trans am, a trans man did such a thing. They don't want a negative story out there about one of their chosen. And it's got to be a biological woman living as a man. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a transgendered man, right? I don't know. And I wonder what kind of jail they put them in. This person's being held in jail. If they're a biological woman, are they with the women or are they with the men? And it's amazing to me, no one in the press asks any of these questions. And transgender issues are at the top of all the news going on today. In fact, I have this clip here. This is also from TikTok. A teacher went on TikTok with her summer reading recommendation list for teachers. She has a TikTok channel dedicated to teachers, and she went through her summer reading list and book recommendations for other teachers before school starts back.
I've been doing some reading this summer, and so I thought I would share a couple of books because you have a little bit of time left to do some reading. I also read Jack Not Jackie by Erica Silverman. Phenomenal read. So if you're a K1, 2, 3 even, it's a really good read called Jack Not Jackie.
Jack Not Jackie. Oh my goodness. I wonder if it's about JFK, some new telling on the JFK story. There's not a day that goes by that there's not something in the news about transgenders, right? Leah Thomas, this cheerleader story I was talking about in the last hour, that's starting to pick up steam in other media outlets. This incident with Kavanaugh is very historic. I do not know of another assassination attempt on a Supreme Court justice. Do you? And this is the first one that's been done by a trans man who has got to be a biological woman over Roe v. Wade, and the complete media blackout on it because it doesn't fit their narrative. All right, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. The show is flying by. I feel like I just walked in this morning, and we got a lot more to cover, too, before the end of the show at 9 o'clock. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Don't go anywhere. Back right after this quick break. For the end of the show at 9 o'clock. It's the Steve Kane Show. I'm Brian Craig. Don't go anywhere. Back right after this quick break.
Tired of boring mornings? We serve controversy with your morning coffee. The Steve Kane Show. Oldies 95.3 and 96.9. The greatest rock and roll hits of the 60s and 70s coming up this morning at 10 a.m. Now, here's the True Oldies weather forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Hope your day's off to a great start. It's Monday, August the 1st, new month, 91 degrees today. Just an isolated chance of a shower. Plenty of sunshine that will move across the area throughout. I'm WPDF, 25 First Morning Meteorologist Sandra Shaw.
Follow Oldies 95.3 and 96.9 on social media. See what's happening in the community, have a laugh with some funny memes, and keep in touch with other good time Oldies lovers. Facebook and Instagram at Oldies South Florida. True Oldies. Traffic check.
The Palm Beaches this morning pretty quiet on the roads. I-95 and the Turnpike are both crash-free, but not quite moving up to speed. We are seeing some light traffic on the Turnpike heading southbound approaching Lake Worth Road and Boynton Beach Boulevard. The southbound side of I-95, also light traffic passing Boynton Beach Boulevard and Atlantic Avenue. More volume right now on I-95 heading northbound coming from Deerfield Beach into Boca. The service streets are still crash-free. In Plantation, an accident now cleared on the Turnpike heading southbound after Sunrise Boulevard. This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. You might not have the biggest garage on the block, but with eBay Motors, there's 122 million parts right at your fingertips. Whatever you need, there's something that fits your vehicle: air filters, tires, seat covers, and more. Get the right parts at the right prices. ebaymotors.com. Let's ride. That's traffic. I'm Chris Barr.
Join us Thursday, August the 4th from 3 to 6 for the grand opening and ribbon cutting ceremony at Florida Luxury Cabinets. Live appearance from the Oldies. That's right, 95.3, 96.9. And a special guest appearance from the Bagel King. Loads of giveaways, including $500 in gift cards. Catering provided by V&S Italian Deli and Subs, along with Bagels and. Join us Thursday, August 4th, 3 to 6 at Florida Luxury Cabinets, 2621 North Federal Highway in Boca Raton.
You've seen the ads on TV, and you've heard your friends tell you about MyPillow. MyPillow is guaranteed the most comfortable pillow you will ever own. Right now at MyPillow.com, when you use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at checkout, buy one MyPillow, get one for free. But you have to use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E, at MyPillow.com for this incredible offer. Buy one MyPillow, get another one free. Go to MyPillow.com right now. Use the promo code KANE, K-A-N-E.
Please listen to Moment of Scripture, hosted by Jan Coleman, every Sunday morning from 6 to 6:30 a.m. We'll read the Bible, pray, and offer blessings to all who listen in the name of our Lord and Savior. Moments of Scripture, every Sunday at 6 a.m.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now at Boca in the Sandalfoot Plaza where the Western Beef is. South of Palmetto on the east side of 441. Open Monday through Saturday. No appointment necessary.
This is John from Lighthouse Medical Center, CFO and Director of Neuropathy. We want to welcome you to Lighthouse Medical Center this year. It's our 75th anniversary, and we've been able to help a lot of patients. We want to be able to help you with your neuropathy issues as well. You have numbness, burning, pain, tingling, lack of sleep, or balance issues, please come see us and let us help you with that problem. There's hope out there for you. We've had thousands of patients come through Lighthouse Medical Center. Being able to see the quality improved in their life and being able to help them and their family has been a blessing to us and a blessing to them, and we look forward to doing that for the next 75 years. We don't just treat neuropathy at Lighthouse Medical Center. We have a specialized knee pain program with non-surgical solutions for bone-on-bone and knee pain issues. We also treat chronic back pain, ankle, knee, hip, and shoulder pain. Call for a free consultation with us today. 754-222-6642. 754-222-6642. That's 754-222-6642.
Asthma symptoms can attack anywhere, like on a city street. Now you can get fast relief anywhere with new improved Primatene Mist, the only FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. So whether you need relief on symptoms at the park or at your kitchen table, Primatene Mist starts working quickly, opening up your airways to restore free breathing. For temporary relief of mild symptoms of intermittent asthma, use Primatene Mist and breathe easy again. Available at CVS, Rite Aid, and Walgreens. Use this directly.
And on a side weekend, you probably don't think they exist, but one does. Eddie at Champagne Automotive Repair in Boca. He'll never do a repair on your vehicle doesn't need. He works on all makes and models. New, old, classic cars, even hybrids. Champagne Automotive Repair is the official mechanic of the Steve Kane Show. Call 561-245-8101. 561-245-8101. And make sure you tell him you heard about him on the Steve Kane Show.
Realtors abide by a code of ethics. This is Article 9 in action. Beth, a first-time homebuyer, knew nothing about the home buying process, except that she wanted to buy a home. But her realtor had the expertise to make sure Beth understood every document, even giving her copies to review with her lawyer so Beth could close on her first home with confidence. Complicated things explained in simple terms. The difference between an agent and a realtor is real. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors. That's who we are.
This is Scott from Cut My Kilowatts. Give me a call today to save up to 50% on your insulation.
Wyoming's August 16th? Okay.
And up to 35% on your electric bill. That's 954-939-51.
Rome, gifting all those memberships. Thank you so much, Rome. That's awesome.
Think you might have COVID? Have you come into contact with someone who is sick? Are you traveling and need a COVID test? Same-day PCR testing is available at any lab test now of Coral Springs on the southeast corner of University and Ramblewood near the Coral Square Mall. Open Monday through Saturday. No appointment necessary.
Now, back to the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm Brian. It's the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. Oh, man. Our number 1-888-GO-KANE 1-888-465-2631. You know, there was a guy I forgot about, Brian Stelter, over on CNN, had Paul Krugman on from the New York Times. And Krugman, I mean, this is just, you know, to support liberals, to support Democrats, to be a liberal, the things they have to do, as low as they have to go, it's amazing, actually, when you see how low they have to go. Paul Krugman, who's been known as an economist for as long as I can remember. I have not seen Krugman on TV in a long time, and he is looking a lot older and a lot thinner. They look frail, really, is how Paul Krugman looked. And he's obviously at the end of his career, and he's decided to go down as a discredited economist, I guess. So, you know, no one takes pleasure in an economic recession. It's not good for anyone. You know, we all want Democrats, conservatives, MAGA, we want the country to do well. We want people to prosper. We do not want a recession. You know, we don't want bad things to happen just so we win elections. That's what Democrats do. That's how Democrats look at things. And a recession is bad news. I mean, I'm reading stories about families cutting back on food and other necessities because they're having a tough time. Okay? No, we don't take pleasure in that. We don't want that. And here we are, almost a week since we knew it was going to happen, and we're several days into the official announcement that there's an economic recession going on in this country. And the only thing that has happened is the media have spent the last 5 days in the White House redefining it, changing the definition of it. And Paul Krugman went on with Brian Stelter, and I thought CNN was under new management, and they were going to require their on-air personalities to get back into being newsmen instead of spinners and fake news people. So listen to this. This is Brian Stelter with Paul Krugman on CNN yesterday.
Laureate and economist, a distinguished professor at the City University of New York's Graduate Center, and a longtime columnist for the New York Times. Welcome to the program. Thank you for coming on.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Can we dispense with the recession debate real quick? Are we in a recession, and does the term matter?
No, we aren't, and no, it doesn't.
Oh, no, we're not in a recession, and it doesn't matter even if we are. Well, it's easy for him to say on his fancy salary from the New York Times and whatever money he's made off of his ridiculous books. You know, when you're uber rich like that, and you're not in business, and you haven't earned your money, you're just some salaried hack, okay? It doesn't matter, because the money keeps on coming. You know, and he's at that uber rich part of his life where he doesn't, you know, there are fewer days ahead than behind. If you see him, I mean, he's a fossil, Krugman. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Could you imagine any Republican? It doesn't have to be Trump. It can be any Republican was in office. Could you imagine them saying, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Goes on. This is Stelter with Krugman.
Economist, a distinguished professor at the City University of New York's Graduate Center, and a longtime columnist for the New York Times. Welcome to the program. Thank you for coming on.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Can we dispense with the recession debate real quick? Are we in a recession, and does the term matter?
No, we aren't, and no, it doesn't. I mean,
one sentence. That was it, huh?
Yeah, that was it. It's none of the usual criteria that real experts use says that we're in a recession right now. And what does matter? The state of the economy is what it is. Jobs are abundant.
Okay, so they keep saying no real economist says this. Who are these economists, and why are they not on TV being interviewed? Maybe as opposed to talking to Krugman, CNN should have these economists on telling us, no, the real definition, this is not it, because that might stop a panic in this country. But we just keep hearing these anonymous economists, these top leading, it's like with the climate change, leading climate scientists. Well, who are these climate scientists? I just hear lefties talk about them all the time. Same thing with this. Now, there's a clip that I saw on television with Bill Clinton when he was president that people, I think, are missing the bigger picture on it. So I pulled it up to share with you. This is Bill Clinton, and sitting next to him is President-elect George W. Bush. And he's asked what a recession is, Bill Clinton.
Well, a recession is 2 quarters in a row of negative growth. I don't think we're going to have that.
And now...
Okay, so it's 2 quarters of negative growth. That's what a recession is. I don't play that just to get the real definition of a recession. The media were circulating this all weekend, and I didn't hear one person pick up on the bigger picture, okay? This is Bill Clinton. He's sitting next to President-elect George W. Bush. This is how the media operates. It's so telling on how the fake news media operate, okay? We had just come through the 2000 Florida recount, and we did not have an official declared winner for over a month after the election. Remember that? I mean, it was a long time, that recount. But it's been officially declared. It's been certified. George W. Bush is president-elect, and it was for that ceremonial meeting when the president-elect comes and meets with the outgoing president, okay? And the media, because Bush is going to be president in a couple days, this is a couple days before George W. Bush becomes president, the media are already talking recession. Even though there were no indicators we were going to be in one, they're talking recession because they want this negative economic news on George W. Bush even before he's in office. And what they were doing at the time, I remember that very, very well. I know it was a long time ago, but, you know, been doing this for a while, so you remember these things. What they were doing that day, in that particular moment, because I remember us talking about it on the show the next day. I have a good memory about some things. They were implying that we were heading into a recession, not just because George W. Bush was coming in, but because there was so much conflict during the recount on what direction the country was going in, and it caused economic stability, and they wanted to begin George W. Bush's term with a recession to hurt him. And it was a big deal, and they were talking about that recession nonstop during that period, and they were blaming Bush for it even when he wasn't in office. But now all of a sudden, oh, recessions mean nothing. I've never heard talk like that in the media before, that recessions mean nothing. Ever have I heard that before. This is the first time. We're in a whole new bit of territory now. I think the media, between the psychedelic mushrooms that Politico says that are all the rage among the Washington media, the rest of them are like Krugman. They're suffering from age-related dementia like their President Joe Biden. You know, the major problem we have, okay, with the economic situation the country is in right now is because they're not, like the baby formula crisis, not only are they not doing anything to fix it, right? They're gaslighting everybody. They won't even acknowledge that it's there, that it's happened. All they're concerned about is redefining it. And if they can't, if that's all they're concerned about by telling you they can't make a move to fix it, because if they make any moves to make things better, that would be an acknowledgement that there is a recession, which they're denying we're in. You know, this is everything that's going on, what's happening with Pelosi in China, all that's going on right now is a direct result of having a checked out president, a weak, corrupt, checked out president in the White House. You know, over the weekend, I must have seen 50 times, they've got some video of Putin having some difficulty with his arm. You see this? And they're talking about how mentally and physically unfit Putin is. I've been hearing different stories about Putin's health for the past couple of weeks, but this one with the arm was circulating all weekend. Here we've got Biden, COVID the second time in, 2 weeks? Does anyone believe Biden's got COVID again? There's something fishy here, right? Trump said it's a cover-up for dementia, but they don't question him. He's fit. He's in the residence doing the hard work. It's Putin that's sick. There is very little media that you can trust right now. I mean, you can't. Now, there are some people on Fox you can trust. You can trust Newsmax, you know. You can trust us, and there's, Breitbart and a few other things. But for the most part, there's a major media cover-up involving a variety of stories, many of which I've talked about on the program today. Now, we'll take our last break and come back with our first precious metals and gold report of the week with William Youngerman. And then there's a few more things to touch on as well. All right, our number toll-free, 1-888-GO-KANE-1. You're listening to Florida's longest-running radio show, The Steve Kane Show. My name is Brian Craig. And, of course, we are here weekday mornings from 5 a.m. till 9 a.m. And those of you that are new to the show the past few weeks up in the Palm Beaches and the Treasure Coast, welcome to the program. And you do not have to agree with us to participate in the program. As you've noticed, some of these callers take issue from time to time. That's cool. We certainly welcome that. So after the break, we'll come back with some more of your calls, and I got a couple more topics we've got to touch on before the end of the show. So if you're on hold, stand by. Our number, 1-888-GO-KANE-1, 888-465-2631. My name's Brian Craig. You're listening to the Steve Kane Radio Show, Florida's longest running radio show. We'll be right back after this.
The longest running radio show in the state of Florida. The Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig. Oldies 95.3 and 96.
All right, it's time to check in with William Youngerman from the offices of William Youngerman Incorporated right here in Boca with our first look at gold and the other precious metals for the week. William Youngerman, good morning, and how the metals looking?
Looking good, Brian. Starting off the month bullish again.
Steve Kane Show.
The nice close on the
Steve
month,
Kane Show.
Friday, gold up $9.70.
Hold on. Steve Kane Show, hold on.
$1,766.50 the ounce. That was up about $80 or $90 from the lows that we hit within the last couple of weeks. Good.
Hello, Steve Kane Show.
Silver up 33
Hold on.
cents on Friday, closing about $20 at $20.34. Platinum was up $9, closing out the week at $8.96, and palladium was up $44, closing out the week at $2,054. This morning we've seen gold trading as low as $1,756, all the way up to $1,776. Right now we're unchanged at $1,766.50. Silver up 8 cents right now at $20.40 the ounce. Platinum nicely over $900 now, $14 at $910 the ounce, and palladium up $58 at $2,112. That's pretty much where we're starting off.
Yeah, now, William Youngerman, can you tell people a little bit that may not be into the bullion, but maybe into collectible money, collectible coins? How can you help people that are into collectibles?
Absolutely. For over 50 years, we've built wonderful collections of rare coins and precious metals or currency for many collectors throughout the world, and have helped build some of the finest of the collections. We handle all kinds of rare precious gold coins, just about anything you want. If we don't have it, we can probably get it for you. We represent people in auctions all over, buying things all over the world, and auction sales.
Yeah, so if there's something specific you were looking for, call William Youngerman's office, and they'll help you out with that. They open up weekdays at 10 a.m. That number, toll-free, 800-327-5010, 800-327-5010. Online, WilliamYoungerman.com, or stop right in at 150 East Palmetto Park Road in Boca on the first floor of the Bank of America building, just east of US 1 Federal Highway on the south side of Palmetto Park Road. And if you can stop in, please do. I think you'll be very interested. It's like a museum over there at William Youngerman's with the coins and the monies. It's really interesting to look at. All right, William Youngerman, have a great day. We'll touch base with you tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. We'll be back.
On the air since 1977, it's the Steve Kane Show with Brian Craig.
All right, welcome back, everyone. The show flying by, just a few short minutes left until the end of today's show. And again, we are here live 5 until 9 a.m. Monday through Friday on all of our radio stations from North Miami through Broward, Boca, the Palm Beaches, and the Treasure Coast. Good morning, you're on the radio. What's your name? Where are you calling from? Once. Twice. John, from where?
Margate.
John in Margate. What's on your mind, John?
Pardon me. You're not getting many.
You're wondering what? Oh my goodness. Yes. Well, to answer your question, it's people like you. All right. Oh my goodness. You know, we take the calls screenless on this program. I point that out often to, and sometimes you can tell we're taking them screenless because of the quality of the call. I'll wait for the delay to build back up, and maybe we'll take some more calls on the program. Maybe we won't. Now, this week is a big week, okay? This is a big week. Not just this Taiwan disaster that they've gotten us involved in with Pelosi and China. I mean, this is a big disaster we're in right now. I mean, I don't think people understand. This country has, without question, 100% caved to China, right? And again, I was talking earlier, don't let them sell you on this thing that Pelosi's going to Taiwan. They said, don't go there, they'll shoot the plane down. They said, China said they will shoot the plane down if she goes with a fighter escort. And every story, I was reading more stories about this during the break. Every story that's in the press about this is basically a copy and paste from the original CNN story. And I haven't seen anyone yet in any of these stories talk about the fighter escort. If she goes without a fighter escort, that is a caving to China. And the other thing is, too, and maybe we'll get some information on this during the White House press briefing today, Biden told Pelosi as recently as yesterday not to go to Taiwan. So there's a big split going on here. So that's story number one that's going to be a big one developing this week. And tomorrow is the big Republican primary in Arizona. And if we come out of that, Kari Lake is over 20 points ahead of Robeson, who's the Republican establishment candidate. If we come in here Wednesday morning and Kari Lake won that primary, we're in a whole new phase now. Okay? And, that one, none of these things can be taken for granted. You can't, one thing about polls, they discourage a lot of people from going out and voting because she's like 20, 22 points ahead, depending on the poll, Kari Lake. And a lot of people will say, well, I got to be home. I got to get up early the next morning. There's traffic. She's 22 points ahead. A lot of these polls are put out there to suppress turnout by making you feel overconfident and that your vote doesn't matter. No matter what it is, you've got to show up. You've got to vote. Every vote matters. Every vote counts. Very, very important. Especially, this primary season we're in right now is a very unique primary because usually primaries aren't that interesting, right? Because it's single party. Republicans going to win every race, right? This one, though, this is almost like the general election in November in the midterms. And the reason that is because there's a fight going on right now inside the Republican Party. Who's going to control the party? Is it going to be the Republican establishment or is it going to be Trump? Okay? And if Trump continues to do like he's doing, which I see no indicator that he will not continue to do like he's doing, it's going to be a Trump-controlled party and a total collapse of the Republican establishment, which is what we want. It's exactly what we want. And, we're not going to win every one, but when we come in and take over both houses, the Republican establishment people that are still around they're going to be in a minority inside their own party, and they're not going to be that effective. Between this and 2024, we're doing a big house cleaning here with the Republican establishment, and I don't think you can take any race, no matter how small it is, for granted. And let me tell you, there's a lot of places where they're considered Democrat safe seats. I was reading a story during the break here in South Florida. Lois Frankel, who used to be the mayor of West Palm, and she's been in the House of Representatives for a few years, she confronted a owner of a diner in West Palm Beach because they had a sign up for her opponent. She went in and confronted them. It's being reported in the Gateway Pundit this morning. Lois Frankel is a Democrat establishment considered a very safe seat. And Lois Frankel got unhinged and went into this diner, asked for the owner, and confronted them over having a sign up in the window for her opponent. That is very out of character. And the reason that is because Lois Frankel has phoned it in all of her races. She's never had a worry. For her to have a meltdown like that, that tells me she's a little concerned. She's not as comfortable as she normally is, even though we're in primary time. So that's very out of character. So even Democrats are fed up with the establishment. They really truly are, and they've done some changing in Lois Frankel's district, so she doesn't feel as safe as normal because she had a district that was really carved out for her. And now that they've done the redistricting of her district, on top of all the troubles that are going on in the country right now, she's not feeling too good. But tomorrow, the one to look for is Kari Lake. That's a big one because we come through with Kari Lake. Kari Lake is probably the biggest superstar out of every single race we have. You talk about these forces of never. I got some mail this morning, some negative mail about Dr. Oz. I mean, I don't know who sent this to me. But that race is over, right? He's the nominee. It doesn't matter, right? I mean, you gotta support the Republican. These never Trumpers are never going to stop. They're never going to stop. It's something we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the year. But you know what? The more they come unhinged, the more effective we know we are. Now, I got a couple more clips I want to play before we end the show today. Now, this is one I played at the top of the show at 6, but this is a big one. This really highlights what I'm talking about here. This is Kari Lake. Listen to this.
Cindy McCain branch of the Republican Party, they're not Republicans. They're globalists. And they want, I think they want an end to America. They want a globalist agenda, a new world order, whatever you want to call it. And we want America. We want our Constitution, and we want our constitutional rights intact. And that's what they're afraid of. I think, actually, the rhino side of the party is more petrified of me than the left. I really do. And this is their last gasp. This is their last gasp. It's the McCain machine, as I said before, reaching up, trying to hold on to what they had. And what they had is just slipping through their fingers, and they're watching it slide away. So this is literally their last stand.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the Republican establishment, see, this is the Republican establishment. To them, the party is like an old country club that's exclusive from the 50s. They run it. No one else is allowed to join. And the problem they have is there's all these outsiders that they don't control, that aren't compromised, that are pushing them out. And this is, like you see with Liz Cheney, it's their family business. And, you know, let me tell you, when Kari Lake wins, that's going to send a signal all over the country during the November midterm elections. Watch out, because that's a major upset. The woman she's running against has not just Cindy McCain behind her. She has the Bush family, the Cheneys behind her, and her husband's a billionaire, and they are pouring tons of money into Arizona. And even doing that, Kari Lake is double digits, over 20 points ahead of her. In every poll, she's double digits. There's not one poll she's not double digits ahead in. And, you know, the way that affects people, because a lot of people say, well, we're not in Arizona. That's true. But the way that affects people is you see the wave happening, and it helps races around the country because you see, wow, this is amazing. And so far as Trump's announcement, you know, when the main primaries are finally over, maybe that'll be the time. You know, because, you know, what Dick Morris told us when he was on the show a couple weeks ago, and you see what's going on. He's picking people not only to win, but who are going to help him win in 2024. And after the primaries, and we have all of our nominees, he's going to continue to rally and campaign for these people for the midterm election in November. And with President Trump, he may not wait till after that to announce. He may announce after the primaries are pretty much set, so that voters know how important it is to vote for all of these people that he has backed. Now, I want to tell you guys before we go, January 28th is when our Steve Kane 2023 MAGA cruise leaves out of Fort Lauderdale on the Celebrity Apex. It's 1 week. We're going to the British Virgin Islands. We're going to Puerto Rico. We've got great stops on this cruise. And the Celebrity Apex is a luxury cruise ship with fine dining every night, and all of you are invited. And we have a lot of activities planned on board the ship for our sea days, starting on night 1. And, of course, cocktail parties, fine dining in the dining room together every night. And those of you that have been on our cruises in the past know we block off the section of the dining room with the windows. So every table is a window view of the ocean every night. We have dinner together. We're planning shore excursions at our stops, and we haven't firmed up the shore excursions. When I do, I'll announce them to you. But now is really a great time to book. Now, you've heard Ian, our travel agent, in the recorded commercial. We locked in this cruise booking during the height of the COVID pandemic, so we got very good pricing for our group. If you go on our group, you will be paying less money than anyone else on board the ship to go. Now, people call me sometimes and ask me about prices. That depends on what cabin you pick. And when you call Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot, he'll give you a quote right over the phone, okay? And he'll also give you some more details on the cruise. So here's the number for Ian at Cruise and Travel Depot, 561-244-5779. 561-244-5779. 5779 for the Steve Kane 2023 MAGA Cruise. Join me. My daughter will be with me. My mother-in-law is going as well, and of course Steve Kane is going, and you'll have a great time. Those that have been on the cruise, you know, right? And we have cocktail parties planned, all kinds of excitement. All right, guys, listen, thanks for joining me today. I'll be back with you bright and early live tomorrow. It's the Steve Kane Show, Florida's longest-running radio show on the radio since 1977. If you're new to the program and want to learn more about the Steve Kane Show, me and Steve, go to our show website, stevekaneshow.com. That's K-A-N-E, stevekaneshow.com, and you can learn all about us there. All right, everyone, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. That's K-A-N-E, stevekaneshow.com, and you can learn all about us there. All right, everyone, thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Okay. All right, guys. Hey, listen, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Now, just because I saw Rome was gifting memberships to people, I want to tell you how that works. It's kind of it's kind of done randomly, but I'll give you more information on that. But it does pick people based on, like, when it does the random picks, it picks people based on how active they are on the channel and in the chat. So I didn't catch everyone who was gifted the membership today, but all of you that got that membership, make sure you go and check all